to this presentation of ECL Season 10. Season 10. My name, of course, Doogie24, joined as always by my broadcast partner, Sin. Sin, how are you on this fine afternoon?
I'm doing fantastic, man. More ECL action, more NHL esports action, sixes, the future of esports. I can't be more excited than I am right now.
It's been a long time coming. It feels like it has been a while since we have been able to call games. Only a short couple of months, but when you have, a league with the teams of this caliber, you miss getting to call the action again for just this stage, as grand of a stage as it is, and I cannot wait to see how this season plays out. Again, we are back season 10 of ECL, and we kick things off in the elite, the highest tier of them all here this afternoon. We have two series for you, starting things off with JYP, as some people might prefer to call them, against Unlucky Boys HC, and we'll also be covering against Ghetto Firebirds later on this afternoon as you get a look at the lineups for this first series, again between and Unlucky Boys HC. Sin, what stands out for you amongst this lineup for both of these teams?
Well, first of all, some people may know Yip. Previously, it was Symphony Esports, finishing 8th last season at 14-14-2, going up against the eventual champions, Linköping, losing in 6, but a valiant effort from them. And then, some lineup changes here and there. On the back end, Ramsey coming over was a backup goalie for Butterfly Effect. And then on the flip side, an old teammate, Domi, on Yip now, was also on Butterfly Effect. So a couple different lineup changes that it's definitely going to be interesting to keep an eye on. We'll see how, if we need any chemistries to develop over the course of the year. Things might start off a bit rusty.
Talking about both of these teams having new additions to their lineup, perhaps the most intriguing, at least for me, would be Kruketsky, left wing there for Yip. 11th in total points last season. That's nothing to look over. It's nothing to scoff at. That is a major addition on offense with him coming over from Paru. Now, we could sit here and talk about these lineups and as far as, what they were capable of last season. You look at Domi on that left-hand side, actually led the way for a defenseman in terms of assists. So we always talk about it, in terms of what teams find success. It is so often the teams that do have the ability to have their defensemen get involved in the play. And that may indeed be the key to success for Yip in this opening series, as again, we kick off this season. Again, Sin, one of the major talking points, 15K, 15K prize pool. Nothing to scoff at either.
No.
I believe the largest prize pool on the European side of things thus far. Thanks, of course, to our sponsors with IS Esports and Prisma for allowing us to, again, continue to raise the bar here for this 10th season of ECL Elite. Again, NHLGamer.com. All the information you need is there. Of course, check us out on Twitter, Instagram as well. So, Sim, when it comes to this opening matchup here, again, I often like to put you, on the hot seat in terms of a prediction and how we think things might go down. But perhaps unfair to do so, because as you mentioned, with these teams, we have such a mix and a combination where, as you said, it might take a little bit for these teams to get their footing underneath them and to really get things going. But the combination of players here, again, teams with playoff experience in this league, last year it might not have gone as well as they would have hoped, both falling in the first round to very tough competition. But when it comes to these teams, I guess the point is, who stands out for you? We'll start with the Yip side of things. Again, we'll be covering them in both matchups here this afternoon. Who stands out for you as kind of the key player or the X factor in this lineup, if we don't even just factor in these teams, are kind of, again, a mismatch, I should say, of other teams. Who stands out for you? Who is the key player? Who's the X factor in that lineup? Again, I gave Kruketsky just because, again, you factor in the points that he was able to provide last season. Who stands out for you yet again?
I'm looking at the defensive core a lot between Domi and Ilmari. Domi obviously leading the defenseman in assists and points, but on the same side of things, 30 penalty minutes, which was the third most in the division last year, and Ilmari on the right side was in pro division last year. So he's jumping into elite now. It's a pretty big step up in competition, but he put up ridiculous numbers. 30 games played, 59 assists, only 18 penalty minutes. He did have 70 hits, though, which is a pretty good amount. So I'm really going to be looking to see how that chemistry flows on the blue line, because it's going to be important. As breaking out the puck and, holding the blue line defensively as well. We know how those teams love to do a down low cycle. So that's who I'm looking at for Yip for sure.
I think, again, when you talk about, teams of this caliber, whether or not they're going to be able to make it to the postseason again, despite the new combination of players, again, it's just a matter of waiting to see how it all plays out. But overall, feeling pretty good. Now, when it comes to the teams in general, though, of course, again, we talk about the playoff structure. This is a full look at the list of teams involved in ECL Elite this season. Now, Sin, it's easy to say who stands out for you, because I think the standout team would have to be the two teams from the finals last year, in Linköping and Havu Gaming. Who stands out for you, though, aside from that? Of course, we do have such a big influence of teams involved with the SHL side of things, with Färjestad, of course, Linköping as well. Who stands out for you in terms of how do you think it's going to play out this year? Again, the top 8 teams make the playoffs. How do you think it's going to play out this year? A lot of familiar names and faces in terms of these teams, though.
Definitely. I think there's going to be about a top 3 or 4 who are completely expected to kind of get in, like Linköping, Havu, etc. But I think, the last 4 positions are going to be, way up for grabs. I mean, we got some new guys coming into the elite division, and, Brace, Vesapampa. These guys are going to be hungry. They're going to want to prove themselves. And, I mean, I think it's a wide open board after that first top, those first top four or so teams.
I think you're absolutely right. Again, you mentioned the likes of Vesapampa, champions in a lower tier. Always interesting to see how those teams are going to be able to adapt to that higher level. Of course, it's a sink or swim type of situation. Some teams absolutely thrive under the pressure of playing higher competition. Other teams, not so much. And could end up finding themselves right back down in that lower tier. Now, Sin, the good thing is we are very, very close to puck drop here in Game 1. Again, the first of 2 games between JYP Jyvaskyla, if I could just butcher that name really quickly, if you don't mind me, against Unlucky Boys HC. Again, we'll be covering JYP's second 2-game series immediately after this against Ghetto Firebirds. We'll talk more about that matchup and the players on that side of things once we are closer to that series. Sin, buddy pal of mine, I'm going to put you on the hot seat now here early on, because as we've talked about here in this pregame, again, these 2 teams bringing in new additions from other clubs. Who's going to be able to take advantage of this? Who brought in the bigger impact players? Who's going to get off to a good start this season? Or are we destined for a 1-1 split? Are we really not going to find out an answer? Are either one of these teams going to be able to really get off to that running start that you'd hope you'd be able to do with the new talent that you've brought in?
Yeah, to me, the matchup looks so even. I'm thinking a 1-1 split is almost, well, nothing's a guarantee, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-1 split. But, Yip, I always kind of like those defensive pairings who love to get up in the play and always seem to sort of favor those type of teams. I think that, that X factor has a big influence on games. So I think Yip could come out strong and snag that Game 1, but by no means count Unlucky Boys out.
You said nothing is a guarantee. We, of course, witnessed that in the finals of ECL Elite in Season 9, where Linköping came back from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Havu Gaming. Sorry to the Havu boys for bringing that up. I am sure it is still a sore subject. But again, it just goes to show with teams of this caliber, as I've said, anything truly can happen. Although, the favorites are favorites for a reason. But we here, speaking for Sin, we do love ourselves a good underdog, and we'll see how things play out. Ultimately, Sin, we talked about it a little bit before this pregame. You threatened to put me on the hot seat as well. And, just that little bit of role reversal. I suppose it's not fair for me to always be the one on the hot seat. It's so easy to do. I suppose I was due for my little bit of karma. The problem is I can't help but see a 1-1 split as well, with how relatively even these teams are. I mean, again, even down to the goaltending, which honestly we haven't talked that much about, except for the addition of Ramsey for Unlucky Boys, where, again, he's coming over from another team, as you mentioned, in a backup role for Butterfly Effect. Now the starter. His numbers, though, relatively solid. Only 6 games played, though, I do believe. But an 80.6% save percentage, you look at that and you say, okay, anything over an 80, especially in a league of this caliber, is pretty good. But then you factor in Sibelius on the other side for Yip. He had an 81.38 save percentage last year. That was good enough for 6th in the league. So if you can see that type of goaltending consistency from Ramsey this season, it's going to put him at least close to the top half for goaltenders in ECL Elite this season. So very intrigued to see how he can do, but obviously there is a ton of pressure on your shoulders to go from a backup role to a starting position. But since that little bit of extra motivation that can provide, the prove yourself attitude might be enough for him to really kind of take over and prove that, I had no business being a backup goaltender for any team. I'm a starting caliber goalie.
Definitely, and that's why I think it's so exciting this year when we have all these kind of newer teams coming in, the leagues expanding throughout all the divisions now, a total of 196 or 192, I think it's 196 total teams now, and that will give, it's almost like expansion, right? And you start seeing that, wow, there's a lot of hidden talent, and they have a chance to come out and prove themselves. That being said, Sibelius is already proven. In those 24 games that you were mentioning, he was 22-2 record. I mean, that's pretty sick, and that's pretty filthy. And I think he'll be a big help back there, especially when it comes to Domi and Ilmari, maybe being a bit newer together, one from the pro division. A calming influence back there in the net can really help you calm down and perform well as a defenseman.
And again, just to talk about the other big addition for Unlucky Boys, someone we kind of alluded towards before again, but with Timothy, very excited to see what he can do again coming up from Brace Phantoms, where he was a point per game last year. It's going to be a little bit weird, though, for some of these teams to ultimately, or for some of these players to, come up with these teams, jump sides, and all of a sudden you see your friends on the other side. That can cause just a little bit of controversy, a little bit of, just a little bit, I don't want to say spite or anything, but, rough feelings on either side. So the good thing is we are just about ready to go again for our first matchup of 2, kicking off ECL Elite Season 10, JYP Jyvaskyla and Unlucky Boys HC. We both predict the split. Let us know what you think in the chat here live on Twitch. And again, drop us a follow if you haven't already done so to be able to follow along with everything NHL-Gamer related here in the ECL tier. Again, the 4-tier system, the NACL for the North American side of things as well. Sin, we're good to go. We're ready to begin the first game of this brand new season, and those jerseys are a phenomenal way to start things off.
A big old hamburger on the chest. You know what I think? I think they're just hungry for a dub right here. Let's see if they're able to get it. Puck drop is about to happen.
That was spectacular, my friend. Let's do this. We are underway. Who is going to be able to make the most of the beginning of this fresh season? Again, both teams making the playoffs last year. They're going to be hungry to find their way back. I promise you that is not a burger pun. As we'll see, both teams here starting off a little bit early on. Again, as we so often see, many teams like to rely on that trap game. It's often a slow and steady approach, but right now the Unlucky Boys, or not the Unlucky Boys, but the Yip forecheck right now, paying dividends as Unlucky Boys unable to get that clean breakout thus far. A little bit of trouble on the half wall and starting to have to settle back in, but a little bit of space here now for Kuru. Tries to drag through a ridiculous amount of traffic and cannot do so. 4 people back there for Yip. As we see Indy drop it back now to Ilmari. But right now, again, the story, the blue line protection for both teams holding up to the first 5 minutes of play. Opportunity now, drop back again now to the point for Unlucky Boys. Shot on and a save by Sibelius. And the first challenge to either one of these goaltenders, Sibelius able to come up with what can be viewed as a relatively easy save. You never know, though. Pucks thrown in front, deflections can happen as Yip trying to work their way through. Good hit there, I believe, from JM98. The left wing for Unlucky Boys as the puck dumped in. Sim, what would you like to... Never mind, as we get an opportunity. I was going to say, big save there by Ramsey. What would you like to see to have JYP, or Yip as we know them, be able to get an offensive opportunity, and then immediately they find a way off the dump and chase?
Yeah, well, I think all those type of things are great. The indirect passes, the dump and chases. We have a chance here in front.
Shot on, big save, and the rebound opportunity is not there. Sin, as we so often see, difficult to get a word in edgewise with teams in these higher tiers, as the pace of the game can change so quickly. But a good chance now for both teams. Sibelius coming up big. Ramsey on the other side for Unlucky Boys. Perhaps the bigger challenge with that one-timer from the high slot. Opportunity again for a breakout pass. Does not find its way through. Yip again in possession. Big hit there as Domi tries to work his way over the blue line. Opportunity now again. Unlucky Boys trying to find their way over the line. The timing is not there. Sin perhaps expecting the dump and chase from his teammate.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, they looked like they were ready to rush in, and he took that maybe extra second, thinking he had a lane right there. But it's a good job from Yip so far to kind of close things out. And they're holding the blue line quite well. The one time that we saw Unlucky Boys kind of get in and set up down low was with dump and chase.
Domi able to hold it in at the blue line, looking for space, tries to go D to D. A little bit of miscommunication between the new D partners for Yip. Again, Elmari, a new addition, currently brings it in over the blue line, though, and sends it down and around. Kruketsky is there, tries to throw it back in front for his center, Antti, who was not there. And Yip will reset, controlling the majority of possession thus far. Only one big chance to show for it thus far. Huge hit there from Kruketsky, but it is worked back out. The Lucky Boys, though, still unable to really find that form of offensive consistency. As Amari's able to dump it in, teammates give chase. Another big hit there, and risks the penalty, and indeed it is called. Unlucky Boys going to the power play. Kruketsky strong on the forecheck, but that can come back to haunt you. Unlucky Boys HC to the power play, the first power play of this season. But the face-off is won by Antti. Quick little clear out there from Elmari, but not all the way down. Unlucky Boy is able to maintain possession and quickly get it back into the zone on this man advantage. They send it down low. JM feeds it back to the point, looking for that shooting lane. The opportunities, now the patience on display. Around the back of the net, intercepted by Elmari. He's able to clear the zone, but again, not able to get it all the way back down. So loose puck here, still being fought for, tries to clear. Great job by Unlucky Boys to maintain possession, but can they get a shot off on this man advantage? Chance here from the circle, brought back down low below the goal line yet again. Still just looking for space. Kruketsky, there it is! In front, the space opens up! Not for Kruketsky, but for Timothy, as Unlucky Boys HC. Kruketsky to the box. He pays for it. Unlucky Boys strike first. Timothy able to find that pass, and Sin, nice to see the power play taken advantage of despite the slow start.
Yeah, they, I was about to praise Yip. They were doing a tremendous job of being aggressive and forcing the issue here, but we can kind of see what Unlucky Boys were looking for. Just that split second and that, you know, the gap in coverage right there, which they were able to find on that quick pass out to the slot. And bit unlucky right there for Domi. He was kind of, you know, maybe facing the wrong way. Might have had a chance to intercept it and just couldn't get the stick on stick, you know, a little stick lift there or anything. And 1-0 for Unlucky Boys. Good capitalization on the power play.
Can be so difficult, especially in a penalty-killing situation when you know what a team wants. Opportunity here again for JM. Big save by Sibelius to keep this a one-goal game in the final minute. Deflection bit, another save by Sibelius, keeping this game close. Nearly a misery compiler there for Unlucky Boys to be able to get another quick goal before the end of the first period. We'll try to get back to that point during the intermission as far as teams just trying to hold on defensively despite knowing what's coming. Late chance here. Final 8 seconds of play here in the opening frame. Unlucky Boys will look to hold possession and take the lead. into the second period. So, Sin, as we were talking, Yip were doing a great job for the most part of preventing the shots. But ultimately, Unlucky Boys, they held on. They were patient. They waited for that chance. And it can be tough just to try and hold off the temptation to make those little micro adjustments when standing near your own goal defensively. And as mentioned, that little bit of space opened up next to Domi. And they were able to take advantage of it off of a great feed from Timothy. Unlucky Boys in control. 5-1 advantage in shots as well, Sin.
Yeah, they really had a good period. Yip had some chances. They looked to try to get going, but they could never quite get established. And Unlucky Boys, most of that time on attack came from that power play. So that's a good sign for them. Sometimes it can be very hard to, capitalize on a power play opportunity, but doing so early on, especially on your first one, is a great
opportunity early on. Just poked away. There was a quick pass from Julius to Timothy and then back in front again. Talked about the slow start for Unlucky Boys, but after that goal, see a great pass back there by JM to maintain possession so he can get back over to his proper side. Slow start for Unlucky Boys, but finding that little bit of offensive consistency now, as this will not go down for icing. It will regain possession. See what they can do on the breakout. Domi the moves, able to find Kriketsky, takes a big hit there, but Yip still in possession. Now back to the point. Amari and Domi now in possession, looking for that lane. And keeping it to the outside. Puck ends up in front. Still loose. Big save. Great job there by Ramsey to deny Indy on the shot. Secondary opportunity to cut in front. And a little bit of a bump prevents Auntie from getting a clean shot off. Close calls here for Unlucky Boys. Yep. Again, able to find a little bit of an offensive consistency on the forecheck to try and generate these opportunities. They win another draw here. But that's now a 5-2 advantage for Yip in this game. Puck intercepted down low, but now again intercepted in the slot. Opportunity shot just misses the right side post on that blocker side. Great job here, though, for Yip after that early opportunity in the first 2 minutes for Unlucky Boys. They've bounced back well. Opportunity there off the pass, recovered now by Domi. Sin, an interesting opening 7 minutes. Both teams with their opportunities. Although Domi right now is going to have a little bit of trouble. And again, now the puck brought back down. Opportunity for JM, shot on. Secondary opportunity for Timothy. And recovered by Sibelius. Sin, what's the key been for Unlucky Boys thus far? Again, we talked about the slow start, but they are getting the better offensive opportunities thus far.
Their transition has been good. They're not afraid to dump it, and they're dumping it at the right time when they can get someone there to chop at that puck. But I do like what Yip has kind of done in this. I think they're being a little too deliberate with their passing. I think Unlucky Boys know what's coming, but they're crashing the net pretty well as we have a penalty coming up here and a chance for Yip on the power play.
That is going to be Julius to the box, the left defenseman for Unlucky Boys. Perhaps they didn't know everything that was coming their way. Yip to the power play, their first of the season, an opportunity to get an equalizer and match the Unlucky Boys power play as Kuru wins a big draw there. It's been Auntie with the advantage thus far for Yip. Now back to the point. Domi not able to get that extra pass off. Sin, I know you see a defenseman in the high slot there. You'd like to see the shot. Maybe he won't make that mistake the same time. Ilmari, the opportunity, tries to feed it in front off the pads of Ramsey. Doesn't go through. Now again, the defenseman recovers down low behind his own goal line. Puck thrown in front. The opportunity in the mad scramble. And Unlucky Boys able to come up with it and clear. 40 seconds remain on this power play. They're able to chase it down here. Timothy, great job by the former Brace Phantom.
And he's still got it. Oh,
unbelievable effort. And early Selkie votes to Timothy for that display. Unlucky Boys survive. An excellent job of penalty killing. And again, Sin, perhaps you'd like to see Yip be a little bit more free, willing to throw the puck on. And as you say that, they finally find that pass through the slot, and it pays off. Yip have tied this game. Indy, the captain, with the goal. Somehow, some way, it finds its way through the traffic. And Yip not able to take advantage of that power play, but they have tied this game now. It's 1 goal apiece.
Yeah, really good vision right there from Kriketsky to not make that first pass to Auntie in the middle, but instead delaying a little bit for Indy to sort of get into position and find the smallest of gaps right there. There's a lot of traffic in the slot, but if you charge up that pass and have it, hard enough, you can definitely thread the needle, and he did just that. 1-to-1 game now.
Opportunity again here. Elmari, you can tell, looking to make his presence known offensively. Had 59 points in the Pro Division last year. Opportunity now again, thrown in front. Picked up by Kuketsky. He'll look to lead the counterattack. Antti in possession. Being fought off well. Able to find his way over to Indy. Indy now back to Antti. Not able to get the shot through. Again, we've talked about the defensemen so much already in this game for Yip. All over the place. Domi in possession. Tries to find the space. Can't get it. Now here's JM98 on the counterattack for Unlucky Boys. The opportunity on the pass doesn't go through. Defended well by Elmari. Now Yip back in possession. Under 5 minutes to play here in the second period. Again, the first of 2 games we have between these two teams. We'll also be covering Yip's second series later on, immediately in the aftermath of this against Ghetto Firebirds. So stick around. The opportunity for Indy as he tries to throw it back in front. Yip's strategy is very clear and very obvious. Just a matter of whether or not Unlucky Boys will be able to hold off. The puck is dumped in, chopped away now by Elmari, and Domi recovers. So we'll see here. The next goal, extremely important at this rate, is again Elmari able to find the space to get it down low to Kuketsky. Still now around the back of the net. Fought on for, come up with by Unlucky Boys. Still like to get somewhat of a counterattack going. Timothy's going to chase. Now JM with a little bit of pressure. Timothy has it, tries to throw it back in front, straight into the awaiting hands of Indy. As the puck is thrown in under 10 seconds remaining here in the second period. Unlucky Boys look like they're going to be content to just hold this and wind it down. That is it for the second period. 2 power play goals. Or no, not 2 power play goals. 2 power play chances. Unlucky Boys capitalizing on theirs. Yep, not able to capitalize on theirs, but able to capitalize in the immediate aftermath. And sometimes it can feel like a power play goal. And that is really the advantage of a power play is, again, the energy for the other team not exactly going to immediately come back once you kill off that penalty. And that can be the advantage that a team needs despite not capitalizing in that 2-minute window.
Definitely. And power play goals are great, but power play influence goals are just as important. I mean, if you're spreading that team out, making them chase you around, their energy bars are going to be very low. And even if, when their guy comes out of the box, yeah, they can, your stamina bar starts to recharge faster. But if you're still running around and still having to chase the play, you're not able to kind of get that back. And I think Yip did a great job of keeping Unlucky Boys on their toes there at the end.
See who's able to establish the first, at least consistent offensive zone time in that feeling out process. As we typically see through the opening 5 minutes of the start of play. As this one is offside, case and point. Well done by Yip. Controlling the neutral zone, protecting their own blue line.
And we've seen this a few times from Unlucky Boys. They've seen to go off sides. I think that's about 3 or 4 times by my count. A little bit, getting a little hyphy there at the blue line, trying to get something going, trying to get behind that defense, just not able to do it right now.
Domi brings it into the zone, but recovered after a bit of physical play from Unlucky Boys, gaining the zone. Great back pressure here. And Yip able to recover. A potential 3-on-2 here if they're able to get the speed. Opportunity now for Domi joining the rush, brings it down low. He's fended off. Now again, here's Antti, who was covering for his defenseman. They're back to the normal setup. Opportunity at the near post for Kuketsky, but not able to find the space. Ramsey there, protecting the goalposts. 5 minutes gone through the third period. A 1-1 game at this stage. We're waiting to see who that next goal comes from, where that next opportunity generates from. All it takes is one chance, as we've seen. It can be a defensive battle sin, and then out of nowhere, one mistake, there's a goal on the board.
And that's just the quick strike ability just marks just how good these teams can be. They see an opportunity, they're able to take it. What I would like to see a bit from Yip right now is some quicker puck movement. They're not doing bad in the offensive zone. I think they're just holding it for a split second too long. Maybe a little bit of the old rust getting into a new season here, but as we see Domi taking it in, great steal in the neutral zone.
Throws it back in front to his D partner. Not able to get the shot through was Elmari. So we're approaching the halfway point of this third period. Sin, do we have a registered shot yet? There might have been the one near post chance. Opportunity there for JM. Just doesn't go through. And another very wise puck chop from Elmari. And Sin, we talked about it as far as Elmari joining this team. Hasn't looked out of place. The right defenseman for Yip. Opportunity here, though, battled on for by Kroketsky, not able to get it through. Huge hit there, though, from the winger, and I believe he's going to go to the box now for the second time this game. Indeed, he is. So, Sin, you like to see the physical play, but Kroketsky in trouble yet again. Unlucky Boys, another opportunity to take advantage of the man advantage, but another huge face-off win from Antti, and perhaps that's been the key for Yip in this game thus far. Antti getting the better of Kuru on the draws.
Yeah, and that's great to have on the penalty kill, but as we saw last time, well, another offsides here by Unlucky Boys. It seemed like nothing was happening. It seemed like Yip was doing a great job, but then Unlucky Boys, they got that puck down low and found that one pass in front to get the goal. So look for that quick strike ability again. Maybe Yip will collapse a tiny bit more to protect that slot area instead of being as aggressive. But on the flip side, the aggressiveness really helped to nullify a lot of Unlucky Boys' attack.
Recovered, still fought on well by Domi. Great job as we see his willingness to really be aggressive on this penalty kill. Join the rush at times as well. Yep, doing a phenomenal job. Just 30 seconds remain on this man advantage for Unlucky Boys. So again, it is recovered, played up now to Antti. He might look to make something happen here. Great bit of puck possession and protection, and we are back to even strength. Spectacular job on the kill by Yip. And things are looking pretty good for them right now. Domi looking to lead the way through the neutral zone. Space not there. He finally finds it. Kroketsky back again to Domi. Opportunity in front of the extra pass rather than the shot. Again, Sin, not surprising. It's their main strategy, but perhaps maybe looking to test Ramsey a little bit more with a couple of extra shots wouldn't be a bad way to go. And now under 4 minutes remaining here in this third period, tied at 1 goal apiece. Chance here for Unlucky Boys, but again, that pressure, 3 men back, protecting the blue line for Yip. Unlucky Boys desperate to try and find a way, but again, Elmari, we've talked about he and Domi quite a bit, doing a great job of protecting the line. Indy, the opportunity down in the right-hand corner, takes the big hit, can't draw the call off the contact from JM. Opportunity, Kuru looking to find the way in front, has an opportunity, but Sibelius is there. 1:01 on the clock again. The third period of this first game of 2 between Yip Jyvaskyla, easy for me to say, and Unlucky Boys HC. As we might be destined for overtime here in the very first game of the season. We talked about how evenly matched these two teams are. And as you've seen through the game thus far, as soon as you can attest to, it has been a very even matchup. So we'll see, though, if anyone can find the late winner. Never over until it's over, as we've seen throughout every tier of the ECL. Opportunity now, Kroketsky looking for that space, throws it in front, shot on, the rebound protected, I believe, by Wenger there. Good opportunity. Again, now Yip in possession. Ilmari looks to throw it on, intercepted, still loose, opportunity on the near post. Puck collides with the post, makes contact. I think it was from the side of the net. The puck is just outright dumped out of the zone. This is going to go down for icing. Great opportunities for Yip on the forecheck. 14.4 remaining. And a chance here to perhaps steal this game. Will that be a crucial mistake? Unlucky Boys desperate to alleviate the pressure, but they are able to win the draw. Biggest face-off win of this game for Kuru. 9 seconds remain, unable to clear the zone. Amari steps up again. Opportunity. A little bit of contact there to protect. And indeed, Sin, we are going to overtime here in the first game of this season. A 1-1 stalemate between Yip and Unlucky Boys HC.
Yeah, there's a couple instances there in that third period where I feel like Yip could have sustained some pressure if they just kind of move the puck, especially that play at the end there from Kroketsky. He had the drop back to Domi, and Domi could either shoot for a rebound at that point or pass it, D to D, or pass it to the slot. I think Yip is doing great. They're starting to sustain some offensive pressure, but I think they could get a bit more if they, just make a couple of quicker decisions, quicker passes, try to get Unlucky Boys spread out and moving around, and really make Ramsey a bit more uncomfortable in the crease.
See how this plays out. Overtime, next goal wins it. Sudden death format. Kroketsky Roughed off the puck. Unlucky Boys back in possession. Have had some trouble with their breakout due to the forechecking pressure. And there we go. Another crucial turnover. Ilmari, the opportunity, throws it in front. Puck is loose. Still loose. The opportunity for Kroketsky to sweep it in. But Ramsey is there to be able to hold the post, hold things down. And a very scary situation for Unlucky Boys. But they survive. It's really kind of been the story of the game thus far. Unlucky Boys again come up with the puck off the face-off, puck out of the zone, back into the neutral zone, where Yip again recover possession. Seemingly the more dangerous team offensively thus far, but as we've seen from Unlucky Boys, they can score at any moment. Opportunity and a big save by Ramsey. Puck still loose, and he's able to find it in the scramble. Ramsey coming up huge right now for Unlucky Boys.
Yeah, and Kroketsky just seems snake-bitten. That's about 3 golden opportunities he's had. He's had 2 on the rebounds. You saw the other one just moments before where he kind of swiped at it and couldn't make contact. He had one of the same things, and I believe it was the second period when they started to finally get their offense going. And then that chance right there, A+. And Kroketsky, he's just got to be, feeling a little snake-bitten right now, just not able to bury it.
Opportunity again, but the pass from Monty tries to feed it through 4 people. A little bit bold, but fortune often favors the bold, favors the brave. You never know when those chances could find a way to sneak through. Another huge hit. It might have been a trip, actually. I think Kroketsky going back to the box for the 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken. Huge opportunity for Unlucky Boys to perhaps strike here. Of course, we won't see the goaltender go to the box for the extra attacker. Another huge hit there to free up the puck. It's actually going to be a hold. I didn't even see that. It's Domi going to the box. A huge part.
I thought it was a trip.
Penalty kill.
Yeah, interesting.
Face-off won by Kuru. As you said, it looked like there was a trip, perhaps. Yep. Lucky, fortunate to not be on a 5-on-3 right now. Puck recovered and cleared by Indy. As I mentioned, Domi, so crucial to the last successful penalty kill. Unlucky Boys 1 for 2 on the night. And we'll see if they're able to take advantage here. 1 minute down. Timothy brings it down low. Again now fed back to the point. Julius the shot. And a big save from Sibelius. The opportunity now again. Timothy back in front. Another big save from Sibelius on the shot from the slot. Both goaltenders coming up with some big saves here in this sudden death overtime. Good bit of puck movement. Finds its way now over to Timothy again. Tries to throw it back in front. Sibelius is there again. As we are back to even strength.
Oh, whoa, man. That was very close right there.
Was that a save? Did it hit the side of the net? Looked like a clean save to me.
It looked like a save to me, and then, just a scary moment for Unlucky Boys as the clear almost in the perfect position for Domi to get to it and be on a break himself. But just didn't fall their way. But yeah, Sibelius on that penalty
deflected on goal off his own defenseman. Sibelius having his reactions tested there. That was perhaps the most dangerous chance of them all, Sin.
Oh yeah, those are always scary. You're not expecting it to come at you, and then all of a sudden you got a puck coming at you.
1,000 miles per hour. The opportunity here now, though. JM leading it down the half wall. Sends it down low again. Timothy in possession. Another quick pass. Timothy's so good at those quick passes and finding the space from below the goal line. Shot on. Doesn't find its way on goal. And a chance now here perhaps on the rush. Indy finds its way over to Antti, but defended well. I believe by Wenger there again. Perhaps not calling him out for being a strong defensive presence as much as we should have. JM the opportunity. Finds his way into the slot. Not able to pull the trigger. As Antti is there. 5 minutes remain here in this first overtime. We will go as long as is needed between these two teams. Not a bad way to start a season as, again, we see Omari feed it down low. The opportunity, the scramble along the side of the goal. Now, again, Omari recovers. Can't get it down low, but he does draw the call. Yip is going to the power play. Easy for me to see. Easy for me to say, even. JM to the box on a charge. And again, Sin, that quickly things can change. As you just never know, too. Perhaps, Sin, a little bit of behind the scenes. We got to calm down. We get to see replays. It's a wonderful thing. As Domi in possession, but not able to get it through. A potential 3-on-1 developing here for Unlucky Boys. But it's Domi able to come up with it. The opportunity, a 3-on-1 the other way. Chance again, but an excellent bit of defense. Kroketsky not able to get that secondary opportunity going. What a bizarre opening minute to the man advantage for Yip.
Yeah, just tremendous play from Unlucky Boys defense, handling those odd man situations, playing them almost perfectly, and that one especially, that extra pass from Kruketsky.
Opportunity, a deflecting chance as well. Kruketsky's shot nearly tipped in by Auntie. Again now, Ilmari, shot on, perhaps a pass that went off the pad. Secondary chance for Auntie doesn't go either. And again now, the pressure as we're back to even strength. Puck sent down, but it would have been offside. Thankfully, on goal negates an icing, and still an opportunity for Unlucky Boys to recover, as this won't go for icing either. Perhaps controversially enough. As we approach the final minute, slap pass opportunity goes, but Timothy not able to hold on. Amari was there. Timothy, the forecheck, recovers. Gets it back in front. Again, a shot doesn't go. End-to-end action in this overtime, as Indy not able to hold on to it. And we quickly approach, again, a slow final minute and a half. Huge hit there. Unlucky Boys back in possession. Not able to find their way through the middle of the ice. Again, a huge hit there from Kruketsky one more time. He's in possession. Brings it over the blue line. Takes the hit himself. 1-10. Opportunity for Indy. Shot doesn't go through. Recovered now again at the blue line. One-timer and a save by Ramsey. Still in possession or Yip. A furious pace here down the stretch. Unlucky Boys back in possession with 55 on the clock. And again now Timothy over the blue line. Not able to find any space there though. Domi able to fight his way off. Ilmari in possession along the half wall. Looks to cut in, find the pass. Doesn't go through. Still now it's Indy in possession for Yip. Back again. Kruketsky tries to throw it in front. It'll find its way all the way through and all the way down to Yip's zone. 30 seconds on the clock, Sin.
Yeah, they keep looking for these slot chances, which is great. They've capitalized on it, but the points are wide open right now. Unlucky Boys are collapsing. They need to utilize those points a bit here.
Kruketsky loses on the spin move, but again, another failed exit pass. The opportunity. So we approach the final 10 seconds. Kruketsky takes the hit. Indy able to recover. Puck thrown in front again by Omari. Domi recovers. A little bit of pressure. One-timer from Amari. Loose puck off the rebound. It finds its way to Auntie, and he buries it. Yip steals the game in the closing moments of overtime. What a way to start off a season. I can't believe how that puck found its way over there in the first place, let alone that we're not going to double overtime here, Sin. Let's get another look at this goal. Right place, right time. As Auntie buries it on a wide open net to seal the deal and steal the day. Yip wins their season opener in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, and that's why you want to crash the net. And Yip had been doing that all game. And I think I think if they just got it to the point a bit more, like I was talking about there at the end, with how strong their crashing the net was, it was brilliant. They had one guy slot, two guys on the side of the net, and that's how their 2 goals came, was crashing the net, or a lot of their chances came from that at least. And just terrific job from them, and that came from shot from the point, rebound opportunity. It's dirty, it's gritty, it may not look that pretty, but it gets you dubs in the end.
Eventually, you keep going back. We talked about it with the power play that Unlucky Boys were able to capitalize on to begin the scoring in this game. Yep, coming back from 1-0 down to win 2-1 in overtime. You keep going back to the well. It's a sink or swim tactic. It works out for Yip here, though, in the end. Again, they take game 1 by the score of 2-1. The 15-12 shot advantage, nearly 3 more minutes of time on attack. The advantage in draws as well. 0 for 2 were Yip on the power play. Unlucky Boys 1 for 3, perhaps kicking themselves for not taking advantage of the man advantage, as they perhaps should have if they wanted to walk away with the victory. So all in all, perhaps not the prettiest performance from Yip getting the 2 goals, in the way that they got them. Just keep going back to the well until that tactic works. But all in all, the end result, it's a W, and that's really all you care about. But talking a little bit more here, we're going to get into what each of these 2 teams really need to look to do, or what they could do for the, for this next game. Again, we'll be covering the second game of this home and home series. Easy for me to say, as again, we'll be covering Yip's second series as well against Ghetto Firebirds after the conclusion of this second game. And again, we want to thank all of you for watching. Before we continue on with this, to get a live look at the table here in the early stages. But again, a shout out to all of our viewers right now on Twitch, ISTV, and Rutu.fi. We thank you for being here. Again, the opener for the ECL Elite Season 10. Again, NHLGamer.com has all the information that you need. Of course, on Twitter and Instagram as well. And if you're live with live here with us on Twitch, drop us a follow if you haven't already, to be able to catch all the action between all of the ECL tiers and, of course, the NACL, the North American side of things, which is rapidly approaching the postseason, which I know Sten and I, of course, are very excited for as well. So again, to set the stage here for this upcoming second game between these two teams, between, of course, Yip and Unlucky Boys. And the Sim, we talked about it again. And I think that probably will be our key point when talking about the offensive gameplay as well. We started to see it a little bit more there for Yip throughout the game. The willingness, I mean, Domi and Amari really power playing the offensive zone time for Yip, perhaps not pulling the trigger on shots as much as you'd like to see them do. The timing of that, though, of course, has to be very specific when you see a team heavily collapsing like Unlucky Boys were doing, really all 5 men back trying to protect the goal line.
Yeah, and that does open up the points, but as you mentioned, it can also clog those shooting lanes up. So, you know, sometimes it's best to get a quick shot off, but as we saw from Yip, they seem to be, you know, as I kind of mentioned, very deliberate in what they kind of wanted to do. They skate in, they try to wait, look for that, you know, the best passing lane, where sometimes I think when it goes to the boards, sometimes just send it back to the point. If you know Unlucky Boys are collapsing, which they were, just kind of send it back. Trust your defense to be there. I think Ilmari was terrific in that game. I mean, he was great. He did the simple plays. He did good things. He didn't really turn the puck over too much. And, you know, he was, from being, you know, in the pro league last year, making the step up from elite's not easy, but he did a great job of it. And on the flip side, Unlucky Boys, I think their defense was very, very good. They may have allowed a lot of time on attack, but they weren't giving Yip what they wanted. And that's big. Yes, you lost the game. You know, rebound goal. It's tough, but it happens. Bounces. And, you know, just it is what it is. But Unlucky Boys definitely, I think, could establish a bit more. And that comes with starting to get around the blue line there for Yip, because they did a great job there. I'd like to see Unlucky Boys with a few more of those dumps, because when they started to do that and were able to get the chops off before Yip kind of adjusted, it was really working for him. So good time dumps to good areas can really jumpstart your offense.
Absolutely agree. And again, it is tough on occasion when you're calling a game and looking at the action unfold when it comes to defensemen that are perhaps not as much a part of the offense. And that's not to overlook Julius, we'll say, for Unlucky Boys, you know, but he is more of the physical stay-at-home style of defenseman, as his last season stats prove. You know, 19 points, nothing to scoff at, 82 hits. So, you know, a little bit more of the stay-at-home type. And then Wenger, we haven't talked about a ton thus far. I think the key thing to note here, he played right wing last season. So the fact that he's dropped back on defense and looked as solid and stable of an option as he did, perhaps it was a little bit more surprising to not see him be as, you know, involved offensively as we saw with Domi and Amari. But still, that potential is there. And as we talked about in the pregame, with these two teams, it is kind of a combination right now of a lot of different teams. There are new additions, and they're going to continue to find that playing style that really works for them. And I got to be honest, with Wenger, I think we'll be able to see that as, hey, guess what? We're ready for this second game, which is spectacular. And then again, we both predicted that 1-1 split. I think the key here for this game, goaltending. Both were spectacular. You can't go to overtime with a 2-1 final if both goaltenders were not spectacular. That's my key for this game, is seeing which goaltender can hopefully still live up to that same level of play. Sin, what stands out for you? What are you looking for here as we get this second game underway again between Yip and Unlucky Boys HC?
I think I really like the play of Julius, especially on the back end, breaking up those odd man rushes. And yeah, I'd like to see, as you mentioned, Wenger maybe being a bit overcautious, making that transition from forward to defense, as we have a huge hit and a chance
early
in front.
on the sweep in front does not go. Sin, if there's one thing that we've learned over time, it's that teams, if you're making a point they're going to start throwing highlight reel plays your
definitely.
direction to make sure that they can cut you off, because we again saw the dump and chase from Amari to get Kruketsky on the left-hand side for Yip. The opportunity there in front again recovered by Unlucky Boys. Unlucky Boys in white in this game, and we've seen that a lot. Amari to Kruketsky down low, but it was Wenger there, as you were calling him out, with that highlight reel hip check. We'll see whether or not, again, that physicality plays out as a little bit of a neutral zone battle here. Yip again back in possession. Ilmari, one of the new additions, and as you said, playing in a division higher than what he was last year, but does not look out of place at all. In possession again. Domi has it, looks to sauce it in front. The opportunity was there for Auntie, but deflected. The puck never found its way to Ramsey, as Amari was able to hold that on the line, but that is such a tough position to be caught in, and to actually be able to maneuver properly to keep that in the zone.
Yeah, it really is. It can be very tough to, because you at times you almost think you're not going to hold the zone, so you start to move back, and when you realize you've held the zone, it's often too late. So tough break from Ilmari right there. It almost looks intentional to bring it out, but very rarely is. Sometimes you just get caught in motion as we have a turnover here.
Kruketsky looking to bring it in, not able to find the space, though. Great job by Unlucky Boys to recover there defensively. Another turnover in their own zone. Ilmari tries to sauce it in front again. Doesn't go through. Unlucky Boys making some crucial mistakes right now. There's another one. Kruketsky in front. Indy is able to bury it. And Sin, against a team of Yip's caliber, you can only make so many mistakes. Unlucky Boy not able to get those clean breakouts. And, yeah, the boys pay for it.
Yeah, that was just ferocious forechecking from Yip right there, forcing those turnovers, forcing Unlucky Boys to kind of make decisions in a quicker manner than they wanted to make. Oftentimes, we talk about it. You see the trap game kind of coming into play up front. Yip said, let's change the strat a bit, and they go full-on pressure, and it pays off for them. An early one-goal advantage here.
The full five-man forecheck paying off. Domi and Omari's confidence in the offensive zone, patrolling that attacking blue line. It is paying off as we see Kruketsky take a big hit there. We talked about it a lot. That got Yip in penalty trouble in the first game, but that was excellently executed to begin this game as we hit the halfway point of the first period already. Indy sends it down low, and again, Kruketsky is wide open continuously on those around the boards plays. The opportunity doesn't quite materialize as Ramsey is able to cover with 9:28 on the clock. Again, the second game of two between JYP Jyvaskyla and Unlucky Boys HC. Yip taking game 1, 2-1 overtime in the dying moment. Shot out of the rebound! Kruketsky is there. Perfect positioning in the offensive zone yet again for Yip. 2 quick strikes. And they are in complete control of this game in the first period of play here, Sid.
Yeah, and the crashing the net is a big part of Yip's attack, and that may look like just a fortunate play, but I think it's a set play. If you're Domi as a defenseman, you usually do not charge up towards the faceoff unless you know you have, some sort of set play available, if you have some kind of backup, a plan in place. Because if you do charge up and something goes wrong, you are out of position. Your defensive partner is usually dealing with an odd man. A great job right there from Yip to get that rebound opportunity. And Kruketsky finally capitalizing on a rebound goal. He was skunked last game.
The opportunity here again. Yip right back on the attack, looking for the openings. Kruketsky tries to send to the cross. Auntie was there. Fantastic start for Yip in this game. Kruketsky, not a slouch, 27 goals in 30 games last year, 8th in Elite. He opens up his account here in his second game of the season. And again, Sin, as much as the first game between these two is a feeling out process, Unlucky Boys, capitalizing on that power play to take advantage. Again, Yip have been dominant through the start. Timothy drops it back, but one shot can change it, and there you go. They get their first shot on Sibelius. A big save there from the goaltender, who again stood tall in overtime. Big hit, but the play continues on. Opportunity. Auntie has it. Still in possession. Tries to throw it back again. Amari not able to maintain it, but an excellent shot there to keep the puck in the zone. Wraparound attempt from Auntie. Another chance just wide of the post. This pressure has been relentless from Yip. Auntie throws another one on. Loose puck! As somehow, some way, Kruketsky was not able to get a hold of that one. A wide open net. And Sin, you talked about him being snake bitten. It's a good thing he opened up that scoring account just moments ago, because that is you're clutching the controller a little bit tighter, whether or not it's a controller or a stick. In real life, regardless, that's frustrating. As a chance there for Indy on the deflection bid. Ramsey was able to stay in position. Well, see if Unlucky Boys can come up with something here just to try and get a little bit of momentum on their side. Again, now still in possession. Loose pucks. Timothy throws it back in front. Recovered. Excellently done there by Domi as he joins the rush. It's Indy down the right-hand side. Big spin. Able to maintain possession. Tries to get it back down low for Auntie, and it does not go. 1.5 minutes remain here in the first period. Big hit there. Unlucky Boys dump it in. But no real timing on the forecheck as you see Omari again chop it over to Domi. We've seen that so many times. And again, you got to love it. A defenseman showing off the power of the puck chop. A very, very useful tool. 6 seconds remain. Omari in possession. Tries to throw it up to Kirketsky. And Unlucky Boys will wind down the clock. Sin, as close as the first game was between these two, that was as dominant of a period I think I've ever seen in an elite regular season game.
Definitely. Yip just came out firing on all cylinders, and they seemed to get better and better in the last game as the game progressed. And, you know, I thought maybe we'd see the same feeling out process and them trying to get progressively better, but they picked up right where they left off. And Unlucky Boys on the ropes a bit here as Yip is just doing a tremendous job of pressuring them. They're not even letting Unlucky Boys get going. I mean, I don't think they've entered the zone cleanly. Sometimes they've struggled to even get out of their zone and get into the neutral. I mean, Yip is just really pressuring them on all sides, and Unlucky Boys is going to have to find something to just kind of switch up a little bit in their game to get around Yip's attack, because right now it looks insurmountable.
Domi through the neutral zone, looking for a bit of space, finds Kirketsky. The opportunity, shot on, rebound bid. Great job by Ramsey and his defense in front of him to prevent that secondary opportunity, but Yip right back in possession, right back on the attack. Again, both of these teams made the playoffs last season, both losing in the first round, but new combinations may be paying dividends, or maybe resulting in some chemistry struggles for one side or the other. Shot on, big save by Sibelius. And a chance here again now on the counterattack. Not tested too often in this game, but Sibelius coming up big when he needs to. Big spin move, the opportunity on the near post for Kirketsky doesn't go. Puck is still loose, still fighting for it. A little bit of the board play there to try and at least freeze up the puck. Opportunity here, though, for Timothy with a burst of speed through the neutral zone. Still in possession, fights off the pressure. Opportunity back in front, and a rough chance goes to waste. Kuru not able to get a stick on that. Chance here again. Kirketsky drives the net. Big save again. Ramsey having to come up big. Been beaten twice in this game, but doing a great job to keep Unlucky Boys in this one early on as we approach the halfway point of this game. Again, the first game going to overtime, a huge hit again, Sin. No real surprise to see the physical play from these two sides?
Probably not, and it seems like Yip has been like, it's working for us, let's keep going, and they're actually turning it up a notch. It punished them in the first game with some penalty trouble, but I like to see that they're not letting their foot off the gas. It didn't scare them away as we have a chance in front.
Puck loose, Sibelius able to come up with it. JM on the forecheck there, the left wing for Unlucky Boys. Just reminding Omari, it's like, okay, you've done well. You've done very well in terms of possession in both zones, but I'm always a threat. I'm always hanging around there as Yip again wins the draw. Again, we talked about it. One of the stories of that first game. Big spin move there from Domi. Now on the half wall, he'll send it down low. Opportunity for Auntie. Again, now the quick movement back to the point. Indy in the corner. Yip looking for the space. Looking for those extra chances. Unlucky Boy is able to hold on. Again, talking about the face-off advantage that Auntie has had over Kuru. So dangerous and obviously so tough. Opportunity. JM is tripped. And Sin, obviously not an intentional trip, but it might as well have been. That was a very wise penalty from Ilmari. He'll go to the box. Chance here for Unlucky Boys, taking away a major opportunity. And Unlucky Boys come up with this draw. Big opportunity now. Big hit there from Kirketsky. Able to regain the puck and clear. Sin, that is insult to injury.
That is a one-man wrecking crew and a one-man penalty kill right there. Getting the hit, getting to the puck first against two attackers and clearing it.
Opportunity again here. The puck movement. Julius able to get it in front and again cleared down. 50 seconds remain on this power play. Unlucky Boys 1 for 3 in game 1 on the man advantage. Their first chance here. So far, not so good. Struggling to really find their offensive consistency. Great move there by JM. The opportunity shot on and a huge rebound. Unfortunately, though, Timothy not able to get a piece of it. We're back to even strength. Shot on again is deflected. Yep, back in control. They survived the threat. And a near interference call there, perhaps up the middle, son.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. I was looking at the interesting kind of switch that Indy and Ilmari were doing right there. Ilmari positioned himself almost looking for a rush play. When he saw it wasn't there, he went back and made the switch with Indy. Just really good communication from Yip right now, and I think that's really helping them out here as we might have a 2-on-1 developing.
Chance here, big opportunity, drop back again. The extra pass in front does not go through. Timothy back in possession. He'll look to get it down low. He does, but again, Yip there, still puck loose. Opportunity, and there you go, Sin. Good things can happen. It's Timothy burying that one, if I'm not mistaken. We've seen it throughout the entirety of these games, and indeed, Timothy is able to bury that one. He loves to get the puck below the goal line, get it back in front, and he never gave up on that play. Continued to fight, and Unlucky Boys, you've had a rough go of it through the first half of this game, but that goal could be the game changer to get them back into it. 2:55 remain here in the second.
Within one, and that is great striking distance to be in, and they just kind of threw that puck towards them. They got a fortunate bounce, but that's sometimes all you need to start getting back in a game here as they come on the attack.
One-timer from the point. Sibelius with the save. Not to cut you off there, Sim, but again, that's how quickly things can change. You work your way into the zone. Another big hit there from Indy, but not able to get possession back. 1 minute remains here in the second period. Unlucky Boys back within striking distance. 2-1 the scoreline as Domi not able to find his way through, and a good chance here now. Kuru with the puck all the way back to the point. Shot on, deflection, but doesn't go. Second chance, puck still ping-ponging around as Kirketsky will not have time. Great accuracy. That shot will not count. Great job there by Unlucky Boys, though. Slowly starting to dig their way back in, Sin, and then eventually finding that goal that could prove to be the difference maker.
Yeah, after a first period that could probably only be classified as abysmal for Unlucky Boys. They really kind of bounced back in that period. And while it wasn't perfect, while Yip was still applying the pressure, Unlucky Boys do get the goal. That's a terrific face right there. The face of a warrior. Digging for those goals right there.
Shows how much these guys want it when even the on-ice characters are just intense as can be.
And I lost my train of thought. That face was terrific. Oh my goodness.
No, that's okay. That is okay. We are underway here. The third period, again, of Game 2 of this home-and-home series to begin ECL Season 10 opportunity here again, though. Kirketsky, puck still loose, constantly in the slot. You never quite know who's going to come up with it and if shot's going to go on, but Unlucky Boys are able to survive yet again. Chance here now. Wenger in possession. Gets the pass. Shot for Kuru and a big glove save. Sibelius was there. Excellently done to stick with that one. As again, those loose pucks, those 50-50s, whoever comes up with it can catch a goalie off, catch a goalie off guard. Certainly can catch the entire team off guard. But you do see Unlucky Boys, the willingness to throw the puck on. Another save by Sibelius off the shot from the point. Opportunity again. Sibelius coming up huge in the early stages of this third period. Calm, cool, and collected, though, with his positioning. There's, again, Unlucky Boys an opportunity, but Domi is able to come up with it. Yip on the counter. Domi gets it back to Kirketsky. The one-time bomb from Amari doesn't go through. As JM chases Domi, he regains possession. Again, now Auntie, and now the puck. Quickly redirected into the corner. JM able to come up with it for Unlucky Boys. The boys in white. Chance here again now. Kirketsky in the zone. Drops it back to the point. That's Auntie covering for Domi. Ilmari. It's down low. Yip looking to open up space. And again, you see the pass for Indy. Doesn't go through. Yip, again, the opportunity. Another turnover. Yip, relentless in this attack. And again, you know what they're going for. The chance all the way through, but doesn't find its way into the back of the net. A near call for Ramsey and Unlucky Boys. Again, this stays at a 1-goal game. Very nearly 2. Yip back in control of this game. dangerous, dangerous opportunities from high-scoring areas. You know what they're going to look for. It's just whether or not the play is developed. As Antti sends it down low. Kurketsky tries to get a shot on. Doesn't go through. Unlucky Boys on the counter. Big turnover there. Kurketsky is on. Tries to throw it on, but again, broken up through stick contact. Yip back in possession. Relentless forechecking opportunity and a big save from Ramsey. And he's able to cover another huge chance for Kurketsky soon.
Yeah, Julius is doing everything in his power back there to try to limit these chances. He's been great getting back and playing defense right there, but Yip really seems to be fully attacking, and I don't know if it's by design or they're taking what they're going for, but they seem to be sort of attacking Wenger's side, and we mentioned he was a right winger.
Excellently done. Domi, the patience, sends it back down low. Nobody there. And a slap pass attempt to send it all the way down. And this will go down for icing as the momentum completely stops. Might have had an opportunity there, JM, to get down and nullify the icing. But it does not go through. A huge chance here. 7-19 on the board. And a good face-off win there for Kuru. Again, he struggled at times. Crucial, I think, for Unlucky Boys to get back into this is to consistently get possession off of the face-offs. As they do get it over the line, JM tries to drop it back. Timothy still battling for it. JM off the post. Still loose in front. Still fought on for. Kurketsky comes up with it. Has trouble with Timothy. One-timer and a big blocker save from Sibelius. Unlucky Boys turning it up a couple of notches here in the aggressiveness as we are in the final 5 minutes here of regulation. The one-timer in front doesn't go through. Kurketsky, the net front pass, and he is going to go to the box yet again. Sin, this could end up being a 5, which could factor into a potential overtime if Unlucky Boys are able to get it there. But Kurketsky's pressure, again, doesn't pay off.
Yeah,
it's only two.
Yeah, I don't think it was an injury. I think he was just a bit tired. He got up a bit too quickly for it to be an injury. Looks like a timeout is being called. Gives us a chance to breathe and a chance to sort of address what is probably the biggest power play for Unlucky Boys. I mean, it is.
Then what's the key for them here? What's the key for them? What do you have to do? Is it shots on goal as we've continued to see? What is the key for Unlucky Boys? They are desperate for a goal here.
Their shots on goal, I think, while it hasn't worked yet, they've got to continue it. They're either going to catch, I don't know if they're going to catch Sibelius out of position. It's been hard to go by, but you have to put these shots on because these rebounds, they're right there for the taking. But they're crashing that is just a bit behind. Good face-off win there by Antti, and they get the clear.
A follow-up clear from Indy. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Again, Yip taking game one by the score of 2-1 in overtime. Currently leading 2-1. Unlucky Boys desperate for a goal. Timothy had the opportunity there. Domi defends well. Timothy back in possession, gets it in front. The extra pass, and Sibelius with a gigantic save to stick with that extra pass. Again, his movement, his positioning has been spot on.
Yeah, flawless.
And another big save there.
Yeah, he is just incredible back there. He didn't overcommit on that, which I think they were looking for on that delay.
Back to the point here now, Unlucky Boys. Kuru the opportunity, and he finds space. Unlucky Boys take advantage of the power play and have tied this game up at 2 apiece that quickly. Sin, I'd love to see where that found space. Excellent shot from Kuru, though, to tie this one up.
Yeah, Sibelius perfectly in position, but sometimes it's just not enough with those in-tight chances. He couldn't do too much right there. An interesting, very hard pass off the boards right there. I don't know if that was a dump, a pass or what. Bit interesting right there, especially how the camera moved. Hard to see, but 5-hole, that's a tough one. Yeah, that's a tough one. We see a lot these, goaltenders very hesitant to go down into the butterfly because it can open up the top of the net and your movement isn't as precise as when you're standing up. Flip side of that is those 5-hole opportunities are there.
A good feed from Wenger. We've talked about him a little bit more, rightfully so. Kuru able to find the space, and we have a brand new ball game, so to speak. Final minute of play opportunity as the puck in front, still loose. Ramsey is able to again find it through the traffic numerous times that he's had to do that, but he's able to avoid, I'd say, the temptation of scrambling and panicking. And again, it's nice to have that calming presence back there. Both of these teams do have very solid options in goal. Opportunity off the face-off is blocked. We talked about it. Ramsey, a backup goaltender last year, looking to make a good first impression. He's done that. Interception from Antti. Now still battling for it in the corner. Loose puck again. Opportunity! Kraketsky finds the puck. Catches Ramsey off guard. Unlucky boys. Unlucky again to not be able to get a clean breakout. And Yip back in control.
That's a tough situation. Everyone on Unlucky Boys thought they were getting the puck. You saw it in the replay there. Two guys starting to rush up the ice right there. I believe it was even Julius and maybe Timothy there. But unfortunately, Kraketsky is the one to come out with the puck throughout that melee. Unlucky for Unlucky Boys, but very fortunate for Kraketsky, who's got to feel a bit vindicated now as he's finally able to get these goals off those in-tight opportunities.
Under 40 seconds remain here. Expect a furious pace from Unlucky Boys. The opportunity, Indy does well to protect, but loses it. JM off the pads of Sibelius. Now again, huge hit that could go down as a charge. They avoid it. Timothy, slap shot, not going through on that attempt. Kraketsky has a bit of space and can't bury it. A huge hit there. Ramsey goes all out. Chance again as it's sent all the way down. JM has it. Kuru the opportunity. Again, still battling for it. The opportunity, 5 seconds left. Slap shot. Deflection! Unlucky Boys! It's being waved off. Is this going to stand? With 4.3 remaining, it beats Sibelius 5-hole.
Are they looking for a high stick? Because it didn't look like it to me.
Unbelievable turn of events. Wenger throws it on. Off a foot is what they're reviewing it for. Are they going to rule that as a kick-in from the circle? That should count, but will it? Count. We are tied! Unlucky Boys at the death have tied this game up. Unbelievable. Wow. JM off of his skate from the slot, really in the circle. 2 goals, 1 for each side in the final minute. And Sin, we are going to overtime for the second time in as many games.
Yeah, and that is testament to how even these two teams are. But Yip had the advantage there, as we saw almost doubling the time on attack of Unlucky Boys. But Unlucky Boys seem to have a very clear strategy. Throw the puck on the net, and, well, it got them the tie. You know, a couple of those goals in tight from bounces, but it works. If it works, work it. That's what I always say. And Unlucky Boys taking it to overtime once again. Just, wow. I mean, 2 goals in the last minute.
Never say die.
Yeah.
That is the attitude that you have to have in a league of this caliber. We saw it in the ECL Season 9 all throughout the 4 tiers playoffs and throughout the regular season. Never say die. If there's time on the clock, you have a chance. Auntie in possession, drops it back to the point. The one-time opportunity, and again, perhaps we see Yip willing to do that a little bit more, even though the puck didn't go through on that bid. Wenger in possession, can't get it clean over the line. Domi able to recover for Yip. Again, a 2-1 final in overtime in the first game for Yip. Opportunity here. JM a little bit of space. Weird Karam off the boards, and it will go down for icing. Very unfortunate. A wise play there, but the momentum off the back wall just did not slow down. Chance here for Yip on the draw. We'll see if Auntie can win another one. Off the tie-up, Unlucky Boys comes up with it. We've seen their willingness to try those long stretch plays, and it nearly paid off again there.
Yeah, just a little. If that shot was just a little bit towards kind of the back of the net area, it would have bounced out right in front for JM to get, but just didn't go that way.
Pressure. Auntie, the spin move, gets it down low again. Indy takes a huge hit, still in possession. Kraketsky back to the point. The one-timer, the rebound, still loose. Searching for it. Ramsey has it. And Sim, we've talked about it. Yip already showing their willingness to throw it on from the point a little bit more. Domi, that shot on. And again, a bit of a scramble for it in the aftermath. But Ramsey able to find it. Huge face-off again here. Yip come up with it. Unlucky Boys win it right back. As we see again the scramble for it. Unlucky able to drop back. Wenger looking for space, taking his time. And indeed, Unlucky Boys able to find that space. I believe it's Kuru here on the rush. Has a little bit of trouble, able to get it back. Looks to feed Timothy down low. He does. Timothy tries to throw it off the back of the leg. Thomas Vanek style, Simone Gagne style, but it doesn't go through. Chance here now again. Auntie not able to get a shot off. Excellent back check from Timothy. Very strong defender in his own right as a right-wing option for Unlucky Boys. Looking to make a good impression with his new team, and I'd say he's done that I'd say he's done that so far just through 2 games. But we still don't know the result of this second game. The pace slowing down a little bit, but don't blink. It's overtime. You could miss the end of this game out of nowhere. JM still in possession. Spin move, tries to maintain. Great job there by Auntie. The center for Yip dropping back to protect. 9:20 on the clock. Again, what a way, Sin, to start ECL Elite Season 10 for these 2 teams. So hotly contested. Of course, only one can win. Unlucky Boys, I don't want to say desperate, but they're going to want to pull this off. Timothy loses the puck. Domi recovers. Quick outs, opportunity. They elect not to feed Indy on that one. It doesn't pay off as Kroketsky loses anyway, but they do recover. Domi still battling for it. Now it finds its way to JM for Unlucky Boys. Kuru down the half wall, back to the point. Shot on. Tess Sibelius. Loose puck again off the pipe. Huge opportunity. Kroketsky with a gigantic hit, though, takes away perhaps another potential high-scoring chance for Unlucky Boys. Yep, just survived that threat, but they're in possession here. Shot on doesn't go through. Lucky Boys looking to lead the way again. Kuru not able to find the space. Under 5 to go here. Again, it was an extremely late winning goal for Yip in that first overtime. Indy not able to find the space. Still battling for it, though. Kroketsky comes up with it. And now again, thrown back in front. Puck still loose. We saw Kroketsky score from that. Just when you think you're in possession, you might not be. 2.5 to go. Unlucky Boys in possession in the neutral zone. Looking to slap the puck in.
Is just going crazy with the hits right now. Throwing his weight around.
Opportunity out of nowhere. Kuru on the breakaway and a huge save from Sibelius. We continue onward. Out of nowhere, the wrecking ball style of Kroketsky opens up room on the counterattack. A great save there from Ramsey. 1:40 to go. It's a slow timer at this point. What a moment there. Sibelius, the huge save to keep this game alive for Yip. And Lucky Boys might be kicking themselves. Kuru, a goal in this game, wasn't able to get another one. JM the opportunity, but he takes a huge hit there. 1:20 to go. He thought we might be destined for double overtime in that first game. Anything could still happen here, though. Plenty of time on the clock. Indy able to get the puck into the zone, but not able to hold on to it. This one will go all the way down and will not go for icing. Off of the chop from Timothy. Shot on, deflects wide. Timothy still looking to get up, but his body playing a factor in the play. JM tries to charge the net. Puck end up on the other side, but nobody there to bury it. Excellently done from Timothy to open up that opportunity. 50 seconds to go. Huge hit there. Unlucky Boys back in possession. Still now, the opportunity shot on deflection and a huge save again from Sibelius. Yip on the counter through the neutral zone. Homari dishes it over to Kroketsky. Looks for space, tries to just drive the net. Puck still loose. May have been saved, may have hit the side of the net. Kroketsky again. Opportunity, deflection, thrown into the mixer. Chance again, developing moment after moment. JM comes up with it. Doesn't have the support. Still fights for it on the half wall. Who's going to come up with it? Shot on for Unlucky Boys. Puck still loose. Looks to be thrown on again by JM. Final 6 seconds. Kroketsky with speed through the neutral zone. Will he look to throw it on? Goes for the pass. Shot on. Saved by Ramsey. At the death. Sin going to double overtime. What a pace.
Yeah.
Truly anyone's game at this point, which speaks a lot to Unlucky Boys and their ability to adapt after a dominant first period for Yip, which seems oh so long ago.
Yeah, the first period, I believe Unlucky Boys had 1 registered shot. They have had 20 shots in the next 3 periods, which 20 shots in one game is pretty high, even with overtime. But considering they did it in just the last 3 periods, shows you how quickly their mentality shifted from that first period of kind of getting dominated, looking for their chances, to now it's just throw pucks on net. I mean, they have half the time on attack and more shots than Yip does. I mean, they're going for it.
Chance here. Kuru dishes it back. Timothy, couple D-to-D passes. Shot on, doesn't go through. Blocked by Indy of Yip. JM still fighting for it for Unlucky Boys, but Indy has it. Feeds Kroketsky, now finds its way to Auntie. Kroketsky back in possession. Auntie in front! And Ramsey stands tall and makes another big save for Unlucky Boys. And again, you can see why, yep, constantly throwing it in front. Those loose puck scrambles, someone comes up with it. We saw it with Kroketsky before. The opportunities can be buried, especially when no one expects them to happen. We'll see here what Unlucky Boys can do. They've struggled with the breakout all game long. For this game and the last game, if we're being honest.
Yeah, but I like what they're doing. They're having Kuru come back here, and that's to prevent, if a turnover does happen, you have an extra guy back there, and it's also a quick pass option and a good cycle option in the back end. You kind of have him do a circle and gain speed.
Domi's pass down low, intercepted by Wenger, tries to dump out, the quick slap pass out, doesn't go through. Timothy able to find JM. Kuru's going to battle for it here on the half wall. Dishes it back to Timothy. One-timer from the point. Deflected. Sibelius makes the save and is able to find it, preventing any rebound opportunity. Another huge save from, again, one of the better goaltenders last year. 6th in save percentage, 4th in goals against. Certainly no slouch. And again, makes a huge play there. Timothy's slap shot doesn't go through. Chance here, though. Kroketsky, 1-on-1. Finds the pass. Opportunity there for Indy. Doesn't develop, but still the puck is alive. The chance is there. But nothing develops out of that. Indy not able to hold on to it. Timothy able to find JM. Always hanging around like a hawk at the opposing team's blue line for those quick outs. JM has it. Throws it in front. Puck still loose. Big save. No secondary chance. The defense is able to recover. Another huge save from Sibelius. Opportunity now for Elmari. Looks to get it in front. Can't do so. Now again, Domi at the point. Looking. Exploring his options. The chance on the shot. Ramsey able to make the save. Auntie has it again. Dishes back to the point. Domi pinches in. Throws it in front. Puck still loose. The scramble for it. Ramsey has it. And is able to cover. 9:55. Remains here, double overtime between JYP Jyvaskyla and Unlucky Boys HC. JYP took the first game of 2 between these two teams in overtime. Chance here perhaps for JM as Domi wasn't able to come up with that, but he is able to recover. Again, the beginning of ECL Season 10, the Elite Division, the best of the best in Europe and arguably in the entire world. Going head-to-head here. Again, the largest prize pool on the line. Opportunity there. Doesn't quite develop. The largest prize pool in NHL esports history at stake. A chance here again. Just doesn't happen to go. Unlucky Boys doing a great job of patrolling their own blue lines, and they've really tightened up there as this one goes offside.
And I think JYP has kind of not changed their mentality, but I think nerves were kind of playing a factor, especially in that first overtime. They seemed to kind of go back to taking a bit more time than they needed to in the offensive end, which was giving Unlucky Boys much better options to defend. But I think as JYP kind of settles into this OT, we might start seeing them be ultra aggressive once again.
Indy in possession. Amari steps up to maintain puck control. One-timer doesn't go through. Again, looking for that quick chance from Domi. One of the premier offensive defensemen in this league. Led all D-men in points last year. Puck thrown in front. Nobody home. Straight into the awaiting arms of Auntie. Amari steps up. Trying to maintain possession. Still in control. Opportunity. The one-time bid for Kroketsky as he really set up, doesn't go through. Domi wins it back. Opportunity again. Ramsey. Another big save. And the chance here to win it out of nowhere could still present itself as the forecheck of JYP, of course, has been so dominant throughout this 2-game series. Opportunity here. 2-on-1 developing. Excellently cut out by Elmari. Big pass up to Kroketsky, I believe. Actually, excuse me, that was Indy, but he does draw the call. It's going to be a slashing penalty. I believe that is on. It is indeed on Wenger, the right defenseman for Unlucky Boys. Goes to the box. JYP, the chance to end it. Pressure off the face-off, but the puck is cleared. And JYP will look to resettle, regain control. Quick passes here again. The heavy collapse. Opportunity on the near post. Auntie denied by Ramsey. Again, it's Indy. Quick one-timer doesn't go through. Kruketsky setting up like Ovechkin here, looking for these chances. Kruketsky finds it in the traffic and buries it. Yip, take it again in overtime. Out of nowhere, Sin, as we talked about, it can happen at a moment's notice, and it does there yet again. A devastating goal, a back-breaking goal, perhaps an unlucky goal for Unlucky Boys as they drop their first 2 games of the season. Yip able to walk away with it. You talked about it. Kruketsky, perhaps snake-bitten through that first game, showed up in a big-time way in that second game. It really paid off. Again, just always finding themselves. And I think that might have been the key for Yip throughout that quick 2-game series, was their ability, for the forwards especially, to find themselves in the right place at the right time. Yeah. They get the winner there in overtime and start off this season with a perfect 2-0. We will, of course, be following their journey. 2 more games that will be covered. We will have more on that for you in just a matter of moments. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back, I promise, and we'll break down everything that's to come. As, again, Yip take both games over Unlucky Boys to start their season in ECL Season 10 Elite Division. And we are back. Thank you very much for sticking with us again. The debut broadcast of ECL Season 10. We are with the Elite Division. My name, of course, is Duke. Joined, as always, by my broadcast partners, Sin and Sin. We were fortunate enough to follow JYP Jyvaskyla through their first 2 games of the season. We're about to follow them through their next 2 games of the season, as they'll be taking on Ghetto Firebirds. Now, of course, there are a lot of talking points still that we want to cover when it comes to Yip and what we saw in that first series. But as we get a look at this Ghetto Firebirds lineup, Sin, what stands out for you? What are the major talking points, perhaps the players to look out for when it comes to this Firebirds lineup?
Well, since we saw Yip last series get, really hyphy with the forecheck and attack on the offensive side, I'm going to be looking to the defense and goaltending of Ghetto Firebirds. Jaresti last season in 30 games, 22-5-3. Good goals against, but his save percentage was actually below 80. But I think oftentimes that can speak to how good your defense is, especially when you have a low goals against. And, Kapako and Sakam back there, looking really strong, especially on the right-hand side. Sakam, 37 assists, second in all defensemen, and 43 points, also second amongst all defensemen. And his partner, of course, definitely looking to be the more shut down, but no slouch in production as well.
I think Sakam is probably the key player to look out for here with Ghetto Firebird, as you talk about his ability to get involved in the play. And of course, we had saw it with Yip in those first 2 games, how often their defensemen like to get involved. But I think the key here is probably going to be that matchup on the right-hand side. Let's get physical today, Sin. Kruketsky, we saw it through those first 2 games, how much he likes to hit. He had 143 hits last year. Sakam, one of the more physical defensemen in the entirety of the ECL tier. As you mentioned, throughout all these tiers, 196 teams. That is how, that is how big this league is through all the tiers. It is something to behold. But again, second amongst defensemen, 5th overall in hits last year through Elite. Very excited to see what he can do. The key point here, though, I think as well, if we're not talking about individual players, there are 2 main talking points I want to get to, and that is, of course, the Ghetto Firebirds, one of the teams that were promoted this year. They are going up against very established teams, and the good thing is, and we're going to be able to see how this goes. These teams are ready to go, so very excited to see how this goes down. But with Ghetto Firebirds, they are a newly promoted team. They won in Pro Division. They get boosted up. We know what they're up against here, the talent level that they are up against here, and I am very excited to see how they are able to maintain. But the big thing to talk about as well, it's a returning team. 5 out of 6 starters from Ghetto are back, with the exception being Bunka on that right-hand side, the right wing comes over. He was the lone player in this lineup, of course, to play in Elite last year, and we'll see whether or not that experience pays off. We'll get more into that as the games play out. But for now, of course, we are underway, and we'll see if Yip can continue that hot streak to start the year. 2 games in overtime. Getting the wins. Quite a bit of momentum on their side. They'll be feeling pretty good, and there is indeed Bunka. The opportunity early on doesn't go through. Shot on, and another big save by Sibelius. Again, Yip in black, Ghetto Firebirds in orange. The opportunity as the puck's thrown back in front doesn't go. Bunka in possession yet again. Just talked about the lone player with the lead experience, and right now it's in Firebirds. Not exactly afraid to just throw the puck on, and that might be exactly what they need to do. Don't know if they would have seen the opportunities as the shot on. Rebound opportunity as the puck really dropped down. Maybe not a rebound opportunity, but a loose puck opportunity there. But Sibelius able to make another big save. Very impressive from Ghetto right now, playing with no fear.
I'm kind of curious if they watched the last game that Yip was playing. Perhaps they're just warming up on their own, but they're playing like they just watched it and kind of watched what was working last game for the Unlucky Boys, and they're just throwing that puck on the net, and they've got Yip a bit on the ropes here in the early going.
Domi in possession, looks to shake a defender and does, brings it down low, tries to get over to Krikeski, it does not go through. Ilmari in possession, tries to go down low, intercepted well there, I believe that was by Kapako. Of course, some new names to adjust to, and we will. Bunka tries to throw it on. Not able to get that shot through. 2-on-1, potentially Indy, not able to get the pass to Krikeski. This will go down for icing. So again, friendly reminder, Yip winning the first 2 games over on Lucky Boys HC, taking now on Ghetto Firebirds, a newly promoted club from the Pro Division. See whether or not they're able to maintain. Big shot on there and a glove save by Sibelius. We talked about one of the top goaltenders in the Elite Division last year, but of course, as you mentioned, Juresti, not exactly a slouch down in Pro last year for the Firebirds. Big draw win there, but perhaps an unfortunate break for Bunka, not able to pull the trigger as Domi stood in his way. Prevented that chance from going through. Krikeski battling for it as he always does. Again, our key matchup there. Krikeski, the left winger, and Sakam, the right defenseman for Ghetto Firebirds. I imagine we'll be seeing that matchup featured upon quite a bit, as again, we'll be covering this home and home series. 2 games between these 2 teams. So we see a sauce pass, finds its way out to Vilta, but he's not able to get it through. Chertzik unable to get that shot on as well. The opportunity here now on the counterattack for Yip. Indy drops it back. We've seen Yip try to get the points, the 2 defensemen a little bit more involved. They're always so heavily involved, but in terms of the shots and the chances, as we saw from Firebirds early on, already 13 minutes into this first period. Very quick pace. So right now, Firebirds doing well, standing up defensively, taking away that prime territory in the center of the ice.
Yeah, and we're not able to see Yip kind of use their aggressiveness to the advantage. Good quick breakouts from Ghetto Firebirds so far, as we see Yip going off sides right here. So maybe them a little bit on trying to adjust to a new opponent right here. And Ghetto Firebirds really giving them a run for their money early on.
I think the thing to point out in Pro Division, some of the top goal scorers in that league last year on Ghetto. Again, not a slouch. To be in a Pro Division team, some people naturally hear second division and think, second division. Still high quality talent in that second division. We got to see it on display in Light, the 4th tier, just how good some of those teams truly are. And like we talked about, when you have a team be promoted, it's sink or swim. And right now, Firebirds holding on through this first period, not necessarily even holding on, holding their own through the early stages of this game. We'll see if the momentum turns around here. As Yip not really able to get anything going. Firebirds back in possession. Chance here now, the opportunity. Vilsa not able to get any space. Yip back in possession. That early flurry for the Firebirds.
Yeah, and they are just doing a great job of breaking it out and even breaking it in. A chance here on the dump. Well, a guy back for is actually Krikeski, so they're really doing a good job of spreading out and kind of putting Yip in places that, maybe they're not used to being in. Really taking advantage of that aggressive and aggression and trying to, trying to capitalize on some mismatches.
Back down low. Bonka in possession, feeds it back to the point. The opportunity, the pass doesn't go through. Chance now here. Kroketsky drops it back. Domi looking for the pass, not able to find the space, still battling for it. Loose puck nearly finds its way on Juresti. A chance here, Viltsa. A little bit of space, but out of time. Great job there defensively to prevent any kind of late shot on goal. Sin, I think I know what stands out for you there with Yip in that first period.
Yeah, anytime you register a 0 shot, something has got to change. I don't care how much time on attack you have to put the puck on the net. You have to test the goalie. And I think, once again, Yip maybe trying to look for a bit too much there instead of throwing the puck on. And I think the 1 or 2 extra passes has created turnovers, and Ghetto is able to attack the other way. And in the same sense that with Yips being so aggressive in their offense, Ghetto Firebirds are able to enter the zone more easily because 1, maybe 2 guys are a bit further back in the play on the back check. So aggression can be great if it's in your favor. You got the momentum, but Ghetto Firebirds, their counterattack right now is good.
Sick puck on, the opportunity right in front, testing Sibelius early on. You have to be impressed with Ghetto Firebirds thus far, Sim.
Definitely. I mean, they're coming out of the gate strong. They don't look like they should have been in Pro Division. They don't look like a Pro Division team. They look like they belong, and that's what you want to see from a team getting their first action in the Elite Division.
Again, only the right wing Bunka. Green icon, there you see him there, fending off the play for Firebirds, of course, in orange. Only he has Elite Division experience. But right now, Ghetto Firebirds not looking out of place despite that. Going offside. We'll see what happens here again to the early stages of this second period. Both teams with some chances in the first. Of course, Firebirds, the only team out of the two to be able to get those chances, as registered shots on goal. But of course, not out of it. We talked about it. Teams of this caliber, all you need is one chance, that one moment, that one window to take advantage. Firebirds will be offside again here. A bit of a slow start to the first 3.5 minutes. So.
Yeah, I think we're seeing almost a feeling out process here in the second period. The first period was kind of Ghetto Firebirds got off to a good start. This might bode well for Yip, though, as they're kind of able to slow down Ghetto Firebirds' attack. Maybe they can start getting their own counterattack going and then do what they want to do and get that forecheck and aggression going.
Kroketsky dishes it back to the point. One-timer does not go through. Auntie able to recover. Omari tries to sauce it in front. Nobody there. Great job from Firebirds to cover up and protect. Onside here. Thrown back in front. Vilta not able to find anybody on that pass. And again, now Yip in control. Indy sends it down low. Nobody home. Firebirds trying to get that breakout, and they do. Great passing. Stretch pass doesn't go. No icing on the play. Domi looks to lead the charge again. Both teams looking for a breakthrough. Again, Yip coming off of 2 victories to begin their season, and they find the goal out of nowhere. The quick dish back and forth down low. Kroketsky finds the space on the near post, and Sin, we talked about it. It can happen that quickly. Yip in control of this game.
Yeah, a really good, I think that was Auntie behind the net. Hard to see both number 8 and 9. Okay, no, it was Indy behind the net right there. Really good movement by him. Faking going back to the right side and then passing to Kroketsky, and that pulled Juresti out of position just for the slightest amount of time. His recovery was good, but it was already too late as Kroketsky was getting that shot off from the side of the net and buries it 1-0. A quick strike here.
Yep, in control of this game. We'll see if they can build upon it. Perhaps a little bit of test of composure and character for the Ghetto Firebirds. Opportunity, backhand pull does not go. Good chance there for Auntie. The defense was able to recover. Omari, the interception. Gets over the blue line. Fended off well by Jurtzik. Now Bunka. Again, we talked about it. The lone player on Ghetto Firebirds with Elite Division experience. And he's in possession again here. Drops it back to the point. One-timer doesn't find its way through to Sibelius, from what I could tell. Kroketsky settles it down a little bit. Yep, in control of this game. No reason to really kind of rush it, but a great job there by Viltsa. Defense for Yip recovers. So we see Ghetto Firebirds. Big stretch pass there. The opportunity. Pass across. And a tap in. Yip able to take advantage of the space. It's Kraketsky again. Doubling the lead. And that is a bit of a heartbreaker if you remember Ghetto Firebirds.
Terrific stretch pass. That play doesn't happen without that first initial pass out of the zone. And a really good job right there to he almost faked like he was stopping, went to the forehand. It was the self-sauce that kind of gave him that bit of extra speed to get around the defense and send that backdoor feed. Not too much Jyvaskyla can do in that situation. You have to respect the shot. And took a gamble, lost 2-0 for Yip.
That quickly these chances can happen, and as we were talking about, as I was saying, kind of a test in character for Ghetto to see if they are able to battle back into this one, facing that bit of adversity. Now a little bit of a more difficult road back. Sock'em tries to throw it on. Bunka recovers, takes the hit. Kraketsky back in possession. There you see the self-sauce again from Monty to generate space. Toe drag tries to find his way through, but he's unable to do so. 5 minutes remain here. Jurtzik looking for a bit of space, finds Bunka. Now back to the point again for Sock'em. One-timer, gigantic save from Sibelius. What a job, what a save. Spectacularly done. Chance again, Sibelius. Save on the doorstep, another save by Sibelius. He's putting on a show. Yip uncharacteristically giving up these second and third opportunities, but Sibelius is there. How frustrating for the Firebirds. Shot on, deflected, that may have been saved again. What a series of saves and a chance now here. Opportunity just doesn't come to fruition as we're in the final minute here of play in this second period. Yip having to rely on the goaltender. Final 10 seconds here. Chance, Indy with space. Shot on! Kraketsky has his hat trick. But Sin, I can't help but feel the bit of credit needs to go to Sibelius. A rough final few minutes, but it pays off. Yip's in control. It's 3-0.
Sibelius has been coming up huge for Yip, and with their strong offense and their attack, we haven't had much opportunity to praise Sibelius. But throughout this game and the second game they played in the last series against Unlucky Boys, he is coming up huge. That one-time save, ridiculous. The slide to make it over, him not jumping off of the post and preventing yet another goal with those in-tight opportunities. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. He is the biggest reason that counter goal was just scored right there.
Job well done. We reach the end of the second period. Huge goals. Kraketsky does well to bury his opportunities. Sin talked about it, perhaps a little bit snake-bitten through that first series, the first half of the first series against Unlucky Boys, but he's come to play. He's getting a little bit more space than you can really afford to give a player of his caliber. Firebirds don't exactly look out of it, but it is a long road back.
Yeah,
to make this a game.
And they're being tested right there. Not just their skill, but, you know, their mental capacity. They're the new kids on the block, so to speak, in this league. And coming in, they started out so well. You got to be feeling good about yourself. And then Yip responding with 3 goals in that period. It's just, you know, it's got to be a bit heartbreaking. But at the same time, you know, if you're Ghetto Firebirds, you got to kind of put it behind you and try to collect yourselves and figure out, okay, what can we do to prevent these odd man opportunities and, you know, still get offense of our own? Because I think they were looking to kind of, you know, throw some of the aggression back at Yip, but Yip was just so good on the counterattack and able to exploit those odd man chances and mismatches they had going back the other way.
We'll see what happens here as we continue onward with this game. Again, the first game of 2 between Yip and Ghetto Firebirds. Yip right now in control, though, off of the hat trick from Kraketsky. Firebirds not totally out of this one. They send the puck around. Down low, recovered by Bunka. Not able to get the pass through, though, and recovered again. Kraketsky finds his way to Indy. Firebirds perhaps being a little bit more aggressive to try and get these chances, and it's just not paying off. They're able to bury these shots, though. Anything is possible in terms of, getting their way back into the game. Having trouble through the neutral zone, though. Indy able to recover. Puck finds its way to Juresti. Plays it out. And now, again, Firebirds look to lead their breakout. Couple of quick passes, just trying to find the opportunity. Great job there. Big stretch pass to Kroketsky. Doesn't go through.
Huge hit.
Couple of huge hits as well through the neutral zone. The physicality stepping up. Yip playing with confidence. Kroketsky in possession. Tries to find its way back in front. And the opportunity taken away yet again. But Sin, you can kind of see it. Yip playing with a lot more confidence. The physicality a little bit more present. And right now, again, it was a rough road back for the Firebirds. As again, there you see Domi stepping up. That overwhelming pressure, the overwhelming forecheck is there. Backhand shot from Domi, easily intercepted. Now again, it's Bunka looking to lead the rush. The main man here, the opportunity. Bunka tries to throw it on from a weird angle. Perhaps not how they expected that play to develop. Yip. Back. Omari sauces it in front. Doesn't go through. And again, though, you can see the pressure. 4 men deep right there for Yip. And again, the stretch pass doesn't go. Yip finding their game. And the Firebirds struggling to adapt thus far. As we'll see what happens all the way through. So, Sin, what do you think the key here is, though? Firebirds, 10 minutes to try and battle back.
Yeah, well, all the pressure is on them, and what I like from Yip is they almost seem to get more aggressive as the more advantage they get. They kind of get their swagger going, so we see her a chance in front and a big save right there from Sibelius. I don't know if that shot actually got off, but nonetheless, perfect position right there as a trip comes, and Ghetto Firebirds going to the box. We'll see Yip's power play right now go to work.
Sockham takes a seat. We'll see how this plays out. 7-1 in favor of the draw for Firebirds. The opportunity there in front for Yip, again, just doesn't go through. Shocking face-off statistic. Another chance goes just wide. And this puck will go all the way back down. 7:40 on the clock. Still plenty of time for Yip to work with, though. In control of this game. Looking to continue that undefeated run to begin this season. Good interception, and the puck is cleared all the way down. We have 40 seconds to go here. Yep, as if a 3-0 lead isn't enough with this little time left. We have seen crazier things happen. They're looking for that back-breaking goal, the nail in the coffin. You see the battle for it around the back of the net. Recovered by the Firebirds. Will they look to lead the counter? Huge hit there as we go back to even strength. Domi over the line, but again, the Firebirds able to recover. Got to try and get something going. This one back to the neutral zone as we approach the final 5 minutes of play here in this first game. Big stretch pass doesn't quite go. Kroketsky still battling for it. But right now, Yip all over them, controlling this game. Although, as we say that, Firebirds will be going to the power play. It's a tripping call. At this point, in theory, you're playing for perhaps a little bit more pride to not get shut out. But still, a quick goal here, and anything can happen. As we see Indy go to the box. The Firebirds again win another draw. Quick one-timer. Sibelius able to make the save. Very impressed with Jurtsikson as far as his ability to win these draws.
Mm-hmm. And in big areas, too. And that's what Ghetto Firebirds is going to need to get back in this game and try to capitalize on this power play right here.
They win that one, but they recover loose puck. Sibelius, the kick. We're going to see another penalty. Is it a 5-on-3? It is. I didn't quite see who's going to the box here, but a 5-on-3 for 1:46. This is it for the Firebirds. If you're going to get back into it, you got to deliver here. They win the draw. Quick D-to-D passes, looking for space, looking for that window, maybe even a deflection bid. Chance doesn't go through off the incomplete pass, but still now in the zone. Chance, Bunka takes the hit. Shot saved by Sibelius. As a huge mistake there. The miscommunication, a self-clear, and a chance for Yip to reset. 30 seconds remain on this 5-on-3. Puck back to the point. D-to-D. Looking. Odd angle. Great block. And cleared by Yip. 2 minutes left. The 5-on-3 comes to an end. 10 seconds of power play time. And if there was a road back for the Firebirds, I think it just went up in flames. Big save. Puck still loose and wide again. Firebirds doing a better job of putting their own players into the net than the puck, as we are in the final minutes. And again, at this point, the Firebirds just playing for pride. You don't want to get shut out. You haven't looked completely out of place. But perhaps we see the difference between a truly established club and a team just getting their feet wet in the elite division. 35 remain on the clock. A chance again, loose puck, shot on, saved by Jyvaskyla, and he's able to cover 28.4 away from Yip, going a perfect 3-0 on the season, Sid.
Yeah, and, well, they definitely are looking like they deserve it in this one. 2 close overtimes before, but right now on top of it. Oh,
shot and a save yet again. Kruketsky has been phenomenal. Like you said, snake bitten for that first game and a half, but he has really found his stride, begun to really play his game and be as big of an impact player as we know he can be, as he's proven to be. Shot does not go through for Antti. 3 seconds remain, and the first shutout of the season for Sibelius. He had 5 last year. It only takes him 3 games this time out to get that first shutout of the season. Phenomenally done. And again, perhaps a bit of a heartbreaking kind of performance there from Ghetto Firebirds. You started off so strong. They held Yip shotless without a registered shot through those first 20 minutes. But a great bounce back effort. And again, perhaps the difference, as I said, between a veteran team that knows how to handle a situation like that and, again, a team just getting their feet wet. Bunka, the only player out of the 6 for Ghetto Firebirds who have experience in this higher division. A quick thing, though, before we continue on with setting the stage for the second game, our final game of this broadcast. We just want to thank you all for joining us here, whether it be on Twitch, of course, as we are always here. Of course, drop us a follow if you haven't already. We would greatly appreciate it. But, of course, on ISTV and Rutu.fi as well. And a shout out to our sponsors, Prisma Gaming and IS Sports, or IS Esports as well. You know, you could do more than esports, though. We have faith in you. Top-notch stuff. We thank you for supporting us here at NHLGamer. Again, NHLGamer.com for all the information that you need. You can find us on Twitter, of course, Instagram, NHLGamer. We thank you for the undying, loving supports. Now, Ghetto, sitting here with Ghetto, I was gonna transfer that and make a great play on words. That transition was gonna be perfect, and I blew it. But you know what? That's okay. I blew it. I wouldn't say Ghetto Firebirds blew it. It's just, again, very tough. And if they can find a way to build upon that first period of play, I could see them steal this game here. But maybe steal's not the right word. Is that not giving them enough credit?
Maybe not giving him enough credit, but it seems to almost be what the narrative is placing itself out to be. I mean, Yip, despite that first period, pretty much dominated the pace of play throughout the last 2 on the scoreboard, everything. And when it seemed like Ghetto Firebird got those good grade A chances, Sibelius shut the door. So, you know, it's all on Ghetto Firebird's shoulders right now. They're going to have to be the ones to step up and show that, yes, we can compete with this team. Yes, we can possibly even beat this team, and really try to... They got to find a way to score, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. Scoring, I heard, is pretty good to win a hockey game. But it all starts with, you know, I think their mentals. They started out so good, but the second that it started to almost seem like a bit of adversity right there, I think they almost got a little too hesitant. And then towards the end, it was desperation. So instead of being reactionary to what's happening, I think they're going to have to be a bit more proactive and try to play their own game and take it to Yip a bit more, like they did in that first period.
I think they're very well capable of doing just that. We are just about ready, again, for this second game of this home and home series, the final game that we will have here for you this afternoon. Yip, 3-0 now on the season, taking both games in overtime earlier in this broadcast against Unlucky Boys HC. As close and competitive as those were, it seemed like we were going to have a similar kind of game play out. Gets away from Ghetto Firebirds a little bit, but we'll see if they are able to battle back. Sid, when it comes to Yip here, and of course we'll recap this a little bit at the end as we talk about the day that it's been for them. But it's tough to not talk about Sibelius. The shutout, his first of the season. Again, he had played in 24 games last year, won 20 of them, had 5 shutouts. That series of saves is an early season highlight. I don't know. Yeah. There have been some goals that you could put on a highlight reel just to kind of have a break in play. We haven't seen those spectacular goals, but hey, goals are goals, and that's what it's all about. Again, the largest prize pool in the history of competitive sixes esports, and you'll take the win if you can get them. But that series of saves from Sibelius, there is that community out there, in the NHL side of things. The goalies very supportive of one another at times. They love their highlights to just kind of shove it back into the faces of those who, they're typically on the receiving end of those highlight reels.
Oh yeah,
Sibelius again has a highlight reel moments to kick off this campaign.
Yeah, and you could have argued he could have had one in the previous game as well on that penalty kill where he was just phenomenal, bailing out Yip time and time again. And yeah, as you said, just looked incredible. I mean, he's gotten better as Yip has continued to play games. If he keeps on this pace, Game 4, he's going to be standing on his head back there if Ghetto Firebirds is able to throw, a lot of the aggression back at Yip here. But, hopefully for Ghetto Firebirds' sake, they're able to pull one out. But Yip probably looking to go undefeated right here and really kind of cement themselves in a dominant position early on in this season.
We'll see whether or not they're able to do just that. We are just about ready to go. Again, our 4th and final game of this broadcast, Yip and Ghetto Firebirds. We'll see if the Firebirds are able to battle back. Again, a strong start to that first game, but it kind of got away from them. We'll see if whether or not the underdogs recently promoted from Pro Division, our second tier of 4, are able to find a way back. Let's do this. Sin, we've talked about kind of the keys. What is it going to take? Is the first goal really going to... It often does set the stage, but you have to wonder. I mean, that first goal is so crucial. If the Firebirds can find it, build that confidence, it might just be what they need. But if they give up the first goal here, it might just be too big of a backbreaker for them to overcome.
Yeah, because when Yip has a lead, they kind of almost play the same way if they have the lead or don't. Very aggressive, and it's when they're able to keep the puck in an offensive zone, you can't do much if you're the Firebirds to kind of stop that. And already we see it immediately as Yip forcing a turnover.
That forechecking pressure patented at this point, one of the more aggressive teams in the league. Big stretch pass here, though. The opportunity for Bunka on the drive, dishes it back, but they don't pull the trigger on the shot. Back to the point now. Still a down man in the corner, affecting their ability to cycle. And Yip looking to lead that counterattack. Indy not able to gain the zone clearly. Firebirds back in possession. But again, more miscommunication, another ill-timed pass. Chance here, though. Vilza with a little bit of space. Poked away, but recovered. Dish back to the point, intercepted by Indy. Again, we see the neutral zone game in effect. Yip having a little bit of trouble gaining the zone thus far. Bunka, burst of speed. Dangerously, Omari has to pull it in front of his own goal. Big hit there. Yip back in possession. As we wait to see how this is going to break down. Yip right now looking to gain the zone, and they do. Big spin move from Monty Kriketsky. Back in front, opportunity for Indy, but a huge block there. How quickly one of those plays can develop. A highlight reel spin for Monty, as this one will go down for icing. Perhaps another key factor here, since Jurczyk, the center for Ghetto Firebirds, did so well in that first game on the draw. We'll see how well Monty's able to battle back here. As Yip, again, not able to come up with the puck. Great job there for the Firebirds to be able to get that one. Not able to do anything on the counter.
Still just not able to kind of get their feet going here. And
opportunity goes to waste. Kriketsky not able to get anything going there. That slight delay, quick jump ahead, but that is okay. No goals, so you didn't miss much. The journey, the wonderful, the power of some technical difficulties on occasion, but we will bounce right back. Puck down into the Firebird zone. They are able to recover. And the chance again here now for the Firebirds to try and get something offensively. Covered in the corner, though. Yep, not giving them anything as this puck will go out of play. We'll get a draw here and a quick pause at a relatively crucial time. A quick check as to see if anything went down. But we are good to go as we will continue onward with this game. Again, nothing wrong with a quick little check, but there you see those. And time on attack, no registered shots for either team. It's been an extreme neutral zone battle thus far, which perhaps isn't all that surprising.
Yeah, oftentimes when we start out, teams trying to get a feel for each other, and this one especially is we're maybe seeing a bit of connectivity issues with either the stream and then the pause right there. Maybe they were just making sure everything was okay. You don't want at this high level to have any sort of packet loss or ping, so we'll see what happens here as Yip gains the zone once again and starts their cycle.
Connection always a factor. Omari at the point, back down for Indy, tries to throw it in front for Antti. It doesn't go through. Triple coverage there for Yip center. Opportunity now again. The one-timer accidentally intercepted by his own teammate. Shot, it rings off the post. Perhaps not the play there in consecutive order that they were expecting. Still end up getting a shot that goes off the post. Antti, opportunity for Indy, tries to tuck it in. But Oresti is there and is able to make the play. Able to cover that puck. And we are good to go. Chance here again. Another crucial draw. Jurczyk able to come up with that one. Gets poked away again. Domi brings it down low. Shot in front, and Kirkesti gets another one. Continues to find a way to find the back of the net, Sin. Unbelievable performance from him, and Yip gets that crucial first goal.
Yeah, and wow. I mean, he has just come alive here, and Yip, once again, getting that early marker, jumping out to the league, and that's not what Ghetto Firebirds wanted. A tough break right there for Juresti. Seemed to be in decent position, but it's a rough go right there. Yip is just seeming like they're in complete control, and when it seems like there's a lull, they get that goal, and I expect to see their aggression going to hit the extra gear right now.
Koketsi continues to find the back of the net. You call someone snake bitten. They'll continue to deliver. Big opportunity there for Antti, but Juresti able to fend that one off. Under 3 minutes remaining here in this first period. Yip again looking to go a perfect 4-0 to begin this new campaign. Ghetto Firebirds looking to prove that, yes, in fact, we do belong in this division. Ilmari fended off against some familiar competition. Continues to stay involved in the forechecking pressure. Domi, big move, tries to get it back in front. Again, picked off. 7 seconds remain. Ilmari in possession. Will try to throw it in front. Looks to take the shot. Instead, doesn't go through. Shot on again, all the way through the front of the crease in the slot there. And we go to the second period with Yip, and perhaps unsurprisingly, leading yet again 1-0. Another goal from Kirketsi.
Yeah, and they really seem to just keep, finding ways to get their game going, and then once they seem to have that momentum, you're hard pressed to take it away from them, because their team really seems to feed off that momentum. And right there, you saw that goal up front, just a really good play. Someone rolling out in towards that slot, you take the puck behind the net, get those defensemen to sort of have to turn back and forth and choose which way they're going to face, which limits their intercept options, limits their stick lift options, and limits everything they can do defensively. And really good job understanding the capabilities of their offense and the opponent's defense by Yip.
We'll see again if Ghetto Firebirds are able to battle back. Still looking for their first goal against Sibelius. Easier said than done. They have a chance here, though, and it will be offside. Bunka, I believe his poke check, tried to drop it back as well, and it just doesn't quite work out. As again, perhaps the scoreline that we've seen and what we see now, not exactly a fair indication of what Ghetto Firebirds are bringing to the table, but again, has to be frustrating to not have that first goal yet.
Definitely. Anytime you can't score, it almost feels hopeless. You almost start gripping that controller a bit tighter and maybe pressing, and they're starting to get more aggressive here with the hitting, which may be what they need.
Looked like a 2-on-1 was going to develop there. Great bit of back pressure from the Firebirds. Opportunity. Puck off the pads of Jyvaskyla. But not a dangerous situation. The Firebirds back in possession, looking to get a clean breakout, and still they cannot do so. The high back line for Domi and Amari constantly keeping that pressure. That's why we saw Unlucky Boys really start to look for those high stretch passes, if not the outright slap pass, to just get it out of the zone and try to make the best of it. And again, now the Firebirds back in possession. Cut through the middle, drop back to the defenders. Right now, Yip with that forecheck, the neutral zone pressure, really making it difficult for the Firebirds to find a way back into this game. Domi in possession, takes the hit. Still battled for it on the half wall. Yip in possession. The quick pass. What a feed from Kirketsi. Finds its way over. I believe that was Omari on the pinch. The defenseman, the new addition, gets the goal. And Yip are in full control of this game right now.
Yeah, that was really a great job by the attack right there of Yip, because I mean it seems to come out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden they got more guys down low than you have defensemen, and the quick feed over to Omari, who's able to send it into the 5-hole, and 2-0 in Ghetto Firebirds situation getting dire right now as they have a chance back the other way.
The opportunity for the Firebirds, desperate to find their way back into this game. A little bit of the pressure there behind the back of the net. Puck cleared out. We'll see how this goes along. Yip back in possession. Sin for the Firebirds, now down by 2. What's it going to take?
Well, it's going to take, I won't say a miracle, but they're going to need to change something, because once Yip gets this lead, like I said, they're very hard to knock off of it. And here they are, almost seem to just be doing what they want at will, and Ghetto Firebirds not able to really respond here. They're able to sort of slow down the attack in the blue line, but that's great. But if you can't get the puck and get an attack of your own, there's not much you can do. And as we see an offsides here, chance maybe to gather themselves. Oh man, it's going to be a tall mountain to climb, but if Ghetto Firebirds wants to get back in it, they need one. Start throwing the puck on the net. Whatever happens, just put the puck on the net, try to get a rebound.
Opportunity goes just wide there. And the chance now again for Ghetto Firebirds to try and battle their way back. But again, Yip able to regain control. And again now over the blue line, the opportunity. Just doesn't quite develop, Sin. Yet again, they're doing a decent job of holding off these counterattacks. Loose puck in front. And it's in the back of the net. Ghetto Firebirds. Just like that, a couple of whacks at the puck. It looked like they might not have been able to make the most of that chance, but eventually it does find its way into the back of the goal. And they're back in it. I thought there for a second that the puck was covered. Clearly not. Perhaps it thought the same.
Yeah, and just like that, bouncing puck, loose puck in front, you get a shot off, and it goes in. So no double shutout here, no streak for Sibelius, but the most important thing, Ghetto Firebirds get that initial goal, and sometimes when you get that first one, the floodgates can open. If Ghetto Firebirds can take this momentum and build on it, they can definitely give Yip a run for their money right here, but they've got to carry this momentum over.
We'll see if Yip can get that one back. Puck dropped back down low again for the Firebirds. We'll see what they are able to do. Can they build upon that? Is that the momentum boost that they needed? Yip in possession. It's Omari now. Having trouble on the back pressure from Vilca. But again, a quick turnover. 2:40 remain here. Remains here in the second period. Ghetto Firebirds looking for what some would call, perhaps rightfully so, an upset. Omari, still a loose puck. The opportunity for Indy, can't get the shot on. Kirketsi in possession. Now again, Domi pinching down low for Yip in possession still. Looking for the chance. Nearly finds its way on goal. Indy has it. Carries it back out. Throw him back in front. Chance for Antti on the near post. Puck still loose. All the way back to Domi. Shot on. Is deflected. And that will bring us to the third period. So a big moment there for Ghetto Firebirds. They able to get that goal and find their way back into this game after being, giving up the first 5 goals. I believe with that 3-0 final. Yeah, the first 5 goals of this home series. Sin, is it just a matter of throwing pucks on net? Is it just maybe a matter of multiple different things? Throwing pucks on net, cleaning up the breakout a little bit, which is easier said than done.
Definitely. I think at this point, yeah, you have 1 period left. I don't know if you can make any adjustments with how good Yip's been that you're really going to be able to take control of the game from Yip. So yes, you have to make the most of your opportunities here. You have to throw the puck on the net, get the tie. Anything can happen in overtime. Of course, you'd want to win it in regulation, but if you do end up getting that tie, getting to overtime is something that would benefit them hugely.
Kriketsi in possession again, drops it back for Domi. Opportunity for Antti, tries to throw it over for Indy, but that little bit of pressure last second from Kapako is able to stop that from going through. Firebirds defense has been tested, of course. Big stretch pass there, the opportunity. Again, for Bunka, not able to get it through. Yip on the counterattack, and a quick offside. 16:58 remains here. Firebirds looking to find their way back into this game. Yip involved in 2 close games earlier against Unlucky Boys HC to kick off their season here. ECL Elite Season 10. Chance here again now. Domi able to find Kriketsi. They're not afraid to just take their time and work the outside. We know what they're looking for. It's just, can you stop it? They almost dare you to try and stop them from finding the plays that you know they're going to send. This puck is ultimately cleared. Firebirds able to win it back. Good pass there. Opportunity near post, and it sneaks in. The Ghetto Firebirds have tied this game. Viltsa able to hit the post. Still goes off of the goaltender. A rough one for Sibelius, who did so well to stick with it. But Sin, the Ghetto Firebirds, are back in this game.
Yeah, they've tied it up. A good little play there by Viltsa just to kind of drive the net. And good defense right there by Domi to get the initial poke off. But Viltsa with the pickup right after that has the pass. So Sibelius couldn't just hug the post. He had the respect that pass could come. And Viltsa able to sneak it in on that short side. We are tied up here. Ghetto Firebirds, great job here to bring this game back even.
So often we'd see someone in Viltsa's situation go for that extra pass, but he stuck with it. Selfish at the right time. There was an excellent defensive display to take away the pass, too. His hand was forced, but he makes the most of the chance. Yip looking to get back into it. Shot on. Big save from Uresti. And I think you can see that little bit of aggression from Yip here. They've woken up a little bit. Puck is in. No waving off. That is going to stand outright. Yip regain the lead. It's Antti with the goal. And that has to be frustrating.
Definitely.
For the Firebirds, looked like there may have been some goaltender interference, but perhaps from their own team.
Yeah, just kind of
maybe
a cluster.
Looked like Antti collided as that puck goes in. It is going to count outright a backbreaker for the Ghetto Firebirds. Yip getting away with one. Antti the goal on the individual effort. Ultimately, a very surprising lack of a goaltender interference call. Indy back in possession. The one-timer doesn't go through. We've seen the Firebirds, though, Sin. They've battled back once. They have to do it again as Bunka loses that one to Domi, and an odd man rush here developing. Indy in possession, quickly loses it. Well defended there by Kapako, I believe, on that left-hand side. Chance nearly sneaks in. Odd play off the back wall. And a chance here now again. Under 10 minutes remain. Sauced just wide. Quickly recovered and played out. Held in. One-timer. Big save. Sibelius able to come up with that one and prevent a rebound. Great job there, though. I believe that was by Sakam. It might have been Kapako on the back end.
I believe it was Kapako. Smart decision. As I said, it can be hard to hold that blue line as a defenseman, so sometimes just shoot the puck back in the zone. Almost caught Sibelius unaware and could have created a rebound opportunity.
Face off one. Yip in possession again. Jyvaskyla, the center for Ghetto Firebirds, had done so well in that first game. But a big face-off win there for Yip. The opportunity. Now again, it's Omari, the quick cycle. Snuffed out. The Firebirds in possession. 7 minutes remain here. In regulation, at least. The opportunity for Bonka. The pass just doesn't go through. Great bit of agility on display. One-timer doesn't find its way through. But quickly recovered. The Firebirds turning up the heat a little bit. The opportunity near post. Can't sneak through. Omari has it. Yep. Trying to find that offensive pressure again. Domi loses it. 3-on-2. Potentially developing. Big spin move. Opportunity shot on, blocked before it finds its way to Sibelius, but now recovered. Bonka, one-timer and a big save by Sibelius. Another opportunity, shot on, deflects just wide of the post off the traffic in front. Huge opportunities for Ghetto Firebirds, but not able to bury the puck. Whether through unlucky or not, Indy has the puck here, though, shoots it just wide of the post. Yip, not able to make the most of that. One-timer and a save by Jyvaskyla. Chance again on a thrown-in puck in front. Deflects underneath the goal line here. The bottom of the goal line towards the back of the net. The opportunity again. Auntie still holding on. Indy fighting for it. Fighting for traffic in front. Karesti there as well. Or Kroketsi, I should say. As again, we are in the final minute of play here. Rapid pace. The Firebirds desperate for a goal. Kesty not able to get that one through. Recovered. Can the Firebirds find that goal that they are so desperate for right now? Miscommunication will kill a little bit of time off the clock.
Oh.
Slap pass. Opportunity. Recovered. And tripped and in. Unbelievable. The Ghetto Firebirds have tied it with 32 seconds remaining. Two of the strangest goals we've ever seen back to back. Sibelius has to be furious. He pokes it into his own goal off of a cover attempt. It likely would have been a penalty shot.
Yeah.
We're tied at 3-sin. Two of the strangest goals back-to-back I have ever seen. But perhaps justice has been served.
Yeah, I'm sure Ghetto Firebirds feel that way, but if you're on the side of Jip, you might feel a little bit, well, gypped, you can say, after that one. And jeez, man, I mean, that is a quick turn of events, and it looks like Firebirds almost content just to hold the puck. But wait, counterattack coming.
Breakout here, winding down the clock, almost NBA style. A chance here, basketball style, perhaps. The opportunity, Kroketsi can't get it through. 4 seconds left. Sin for the third time in 4 games to start their season. Yip, going to overtime. 2 very controversial goals for each team to get their third of the game. But it sets the stage for what should be a very interesting overtime period.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where the puck doesn't lie. And I think in that one, Ghetto Firebirds definitely stormed back, got themselves back within striking range, tied it up. Then it was untied, and then Ghetto Firebirds, of course, getting a fortunate goal of their own there at the end to tie it back up. But I think this game definitely deserves overtime, and I think Ghetto Firebirds, with their response and their effort in this game, definitely deserve a chance to have the fate in their own hands, which they do here. Overtime about to begin now.
Again, very interesting to see what could have happened on what was likely to be a penalty shot. But instead we get the tying goal. Rough turnover, shot on, deflects wide. Mari's attempt never saw the opportunity to really even have Jyvaskyla make a save attempt. We've seen that so often. Yip willing to take those shots from the point, but so often not finding, its way to the goal. But then those secondary opportunities, as we've seen, are so dangerous if it's recovered by a member of the attacking team. Puck down now into the corner. Ketsi again, forechecking as he always does. Yip in possession. Domi wins it back, loses it. As they continue to trade possession back and forth in the neutral zone. Domi tries to settle it down. Kroketsi in possession again, drops it back. This one will be offside. 15:40 remains in overtime. What could be the first of 2. Wouldn't be the first time today. Again, yeah. Trying to keep that undefeated record, and you see the face-offs there. 14-3 in favor of Yip after a dominant performance from Jyvaskyla in the first game. So really no consistency amongst the centers in terms of who's dominated, but perhaps surprising that Ghetto were doing better despite their center struggling so much more in the draw. It's a big stretch pass. Bonka poked from behind and recovered by Ilmari. Again, a new addition to Yip, but not out of place by any means. Very impressed with his performance today. Kriketsi has it. Not able to find the pass. So there is that sense of anxiousness amongst both teams right now. Who's going to be able to maintain and keep that composure? You'd expect it to be Yip. But one mistake, as we've seen, is all it can take. Perhaps a lucky bounce here or there. A no call. Anything can happen. Omari not able to gain the zone clean. One back again now. Chance for Auntie. Runs straight into traffic. Wins it back again. Auntie has it. Tries the quick little spin to maintain possession. Yip all over the puck right now in the attacking zone. Ilmari still has it. Dishes it back to Indy, covering for him at the point. Finds its way over to Auntie. Now again down low. They're looking for it. Nearly found it there. Domi maintains. Ilmari back for Indy. Tries to find Auntie. And finally, thankfully, the Firebirds are able to get it out of their own zone and try to regroup. But Yip right back in control, Sin.
Yeah, they are just putting on a clinic of puck possession right now. Oh, what a keep right there from Domi.
The opportunity, indeed, just doesn't get it. Sin, we've seen that from Domi so many times. The ability to create these second chances. However, you want to talk about chances. It is going to be a power play for Ghetto Firebirds. A chance here to steal this game away as they come up with the puck off the draw. Not sure who's in the box. Doesn't matter. Can they maintain? Sibelius keeping this game alive off of the one-time opportunity.
Wow, he is just a penalty kill master back there, just locking it down for his team. Him and Kriketski, I think, the two most important players on this team in the penalty kill.
The opportunity, one-timer from the point, saved again by Sibelius. It seems strange to say not surprised when the goalie's given up 3 goals, but again, he's been rock solid back there. Consistently comes up with another big save yet again. It's the opportunity. Omari not able to clear the zone. Good keep. Puck still loose. The Firebirds just maintain possession, but lose control of the attacking zone. They go offside here. 52 seconds remain on the power play. The man advantage for Ghetto Firebirds. A late goal, perhaps again controversial in how it went down, sees this game tied. And Yip comes up with the draw yet again, but the Firebirds pressuring. They win it back. They have the numbers. Can they find the goal? D to D. Perhaps looking for the deflection bid in front. In front again. Sibelius is there. So close, yet so far. Sibelius stands tall on the pass attempt in front.
Yeah, his positioning has just been flawless in any situation, but penalty kill especially. This guy just does not panic. Nerves of steel back there, and if you're a skater, you have so much confidence when your goalie is playing that way, and it looks like he's just been locking it down like that.
Off the forechecking pressure from the Firebirds. Opportunity in front, just wide of the post. Huge chance again. After the last chance of the power play was wasted, Jurczyk jumped the draw. Right now, Yip back in control. Ilmari in front. Kriketsi not able to get the shot off either. Both teams trading opportunities, but just not able to get those shots on goal as the puck is dumped in. Bunka battling for it, not able to come up with a Domi. Burst to speed through the neutral zone. Still in possession now. Recovered by Indy. Drops back. Ilmari brings it deep. Opportunity. Loose puck in front. And dumped out. Recovered. Still fought on for. And eventually offside with 1:43 remaining here in the first overtime. Again, Sin, we might be due for a second.
Yeah, and if you're wondering how aggressive Yip is, they had 2 defensemen right there down low in the play. I mean, it's overtime. Anything can happen back the other way and get scored on. They still have 2 defensemen attacking in the offensive zone. That is confidence.
Chance here now again for Auntie. I'm still going to say if Yip loses this game, out wrap around attempt, and it's in! We will not have to worry about a Yip was gypped hashtag. They win in overtime again. Nerves of steel. 3 visits to overtime to begin their season through the first 4 games, and they are still undefeated. A perfect 4-0. It's Auntie making it happen on the wraparound. The secondary chances, unfortunately for Jyvaskyla, he wasn't able to find the puck. Yip, do it again. As I stated, a perfect 4-0 to begin their campaign.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff, Sin.
Oh,
what
yeah.
a turn of events that was.
Especially with 3 wins in overtime. Like, it's hard to be clutch. It's hard to be clutch consistently, even more so. And Yip just did an outstanding job through all those overtimes of getting the goals when they mattered and really understanding what they needed to do and accomplishing that. That being said, Ghetto Firebirds, a great response there in game number 2, forcing that overtime. You know, maybe they feel like they deserve or could have earned a better result, but Yip was tremendous, and will they get off to a 4-0 start this season? Despite how close the games are, those 8 points matter more than anything.
Absolutely. I mean, with the Firebirds, again, fair play. You gave, I mean, you know, that first game, a 3-0 final, perhaps not exactly the outcome that you deserved after a very strong start. Sibelius will completely disagree. He is very happy to have that shutout, as he should be. It was well earned. But again, in terms of a team coming up from pro, the second tier, into this top tier, they didn't embarrass themselves. They didn't look out of place. And I look forward to seeing what they can do. As we mentioned, 5 out of 6. The only new addition was Bunka, who does have elite experience. I look forward to seeing what this team can do as they move on. Fair play to the team pretty much across the board. Again, very interesting for me to see how Jurtzik went from dominating the draws to not. And I think that was a pretty big factor, despite the game being closer. And shout out to Jyvaskyla again, a couple of goals there where to take that expression, you hate to see it.
Yeah.
But ultimately still a pretty strong performance across the board for Ghetto Firebirds.
Yeah, and I really don't think you can fault him at all for that last one. On the wrap chances especially, it's hard enough for a goalie to get that first one, but the second one as well, at that point, you got to have your defenseman there to move them off the puck. And not, you know, more credit to Yip than anything else of keep pulling those defensemen out of position and making them go to places where they didn't want to go to and opening up the space down low. But yeah, I needed a bit more Jyvaskyla definitely needed a bit more help there on that wrap chance, but as it stands, Yip continued to pour on the pressure, got that game winner, and 4-0 to start the series, 2-0'd both of their opponents.
And to JYP Jyvaskyla, our featured team tonight for this first, the debut stream for ECL Elite Season 10. I mean, all in all, you saw why this team was a playoff team last year. You saw how dangerous they were, how entertaining they can be to watch with the forward-checking pressure from the 3 forwards. But as Sin, you mentioned, we mentioned numerous times, the defenseman, the willingness to get involved. Sibelius was huge, crucial for this team's success. However, my player of the night for Yip, Ilmari, stepping up, one of the new additions to this team, stepping up, much like Ghetto Firebirds did, from pro to elite. I mean, he was spectacular. He looked like, in terms of the chemistry with the team, in terms of someone taking that step forward and not looking out of place, I thought Ilmari was spectacular tonight.
Definitely. He proved that he belongs in this division for sure. I mean, he didn't look out of place at all. He was playing with confidence. Sometimes you step into a bigger role like that, it's kind of easy to be a little bit, hesitant and complacent, but he didn't seem that way at all. Him and Domi both getting into the rush. For me, though, I'd say MVP, in my opinion, had to be Kriketsky. I think when he started getting that goal-scoring prowess going and really started to bury his chances, and when he stopped, taking all the hitting penalties, we saw him, especially as the thing wore on and people were against the boards, started going from the hip cheps a bit more. I think his physical presence, his work on the penalty kill especially, he had a few just really good plays to neutralize attacks and clear the puck out almost single-handedly. Combine that with his offensive work, I mean, he was tremendous.
All in all, 2 very entertaining series to follow. We thank everyone involved. Great first games, great first series for us to be involved with, for us to call this afternoon, this evening, maybe even this morning, depending on when the stream started for you. We do thank you very much for joining us and, of course, giving us your support. Again, whether or not you were watching today on Twitch, and of course, if you are, hey, make sure to drop us a follow if you haven't already, to continue following along with everything ECL related. We will be covering games for all 4 tiers, of course, and for the North American side of things, the NACL as well. We look forward to being back with you very soon. Again, whether or not you were joining us on Twitch, ISTV, Root2.fi, we thank you very much for your time, and we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. A shout out to our partners, Prisma Gaming and IS Esports. Again, we thank you very much for making this possible. Again, Sin, what a season we have ahead of us. The largest prize pool in NHL esports at stake. Very excited to see how this goes down. Any closing thoughts from you, my friend, as we look to wrap things up here tonight?
Well, Yip look like they're on the way to a very good season, but they still got those top teams. Havu and Linköping, I'm sure, will have something to say about how good Yip's looking so far. So I'm excited to see this season go on and see how things end up at the end.
Again, the talent level is at an absolutely ridiculous standard throughout this league, but especially, of course, in Elite, the best of the best. We thank you very much for joining us here. Again, NHLGamer.com for all the information that you need. You can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, NHLGamer, of course. You can find myself everywhere at Tuki24, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. A lot of me rocking jersey selfies because I have no self-control whatsoever. You can find Sin as well on Twitter at SinForTheWinProd and on YouTube at SinForTheWin Productions. Check them out. Support your local or not so local franchise mode streamers if you would. We would greatly appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard, and I believe the conversion's a bit weird. I believe it is 20 CEST. We will be covering H-Reds against Kova and the defending champions. Linköping will be in action. Very much looking forward to that. We will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time. Until then, have a good one. Take it easy. Stay safe. We'll see you later.